So umpire Travis Barr and also Trevor Morrison in charge here this afternoon. So siren sounds, umpire T Barr sets them away, up they go, first bounce of the game, ball comes out here, leading the race from the ball is Johnny McDonald. Bridgewater skipper gets the first touch, tries to get a handball across to the run of a teammate, soccer forward by James Moss for Nairne. Craig Evans coming in there hard, ball cleared out, taken by Nathan Fitzgerald, flicks the ball out to Smith. Smith clears the ball down towards the wing area, pack flies off hands in their big roll and spins over the big bean pole, just couldn't quite control it. Smith in there again for Bridgewater, just gets a bit of support there from his brother in Steve Smith, drives it out towards the half-forward flank. Here's a chance out here for fielding, but in the meantime looks like he has infringed his opponent, so the first free kick of the game will go in the favour of Nairne-Bremer. Nick Jaensch, who hasn't had far to drive for today's game, just down the road from Sale and Goldie as he chips the ball along the front of the clubroom, taken here by Ruchik, drives it further forward, and Joshy Hine takes the mark for Nairne-Bremer, drives it further forward towards the goal square. Sammy Dyer up there, Tom LePetri gathers it, Nairne captain, can he get the ball? Craig is well worn there by Sam Witt, and the umpire Morrison, who's spotted the beard here, Goldie, has called him for holding the ball. So Witt handballs over to Craig Evans in the back pocket, decides to come across our broadcast side on the railway side in, but intercepting and take a mark there for Nairne. Looks like it might be Callum Smith perhaps.
Looks like a...
See, not listed at number 43.
Yeah, Craig Evans just kicking across, basically across the face of goal there. Pistols and an intercept mark here for the Rams' opportunity for the first goal of the match. Goes towards the forward pocket. High flying Dyer, you can pick him out. He's got orange boots.
Oh, Adams! Well, young Nathan Fitzgerald there had the ball, was looking for the clearing handball, but Adam, just that experience there, Simon Wise, great smothering and that presence of mind to toe poke it through.
Exactly right, threw it down on the boot very quickly and it just dribbled through for a fantastic goal by Adams. Yeah, bit of a problem kicking across goals there from Evans. A little bit Brendan Goddard like there, unfortunately.
Came into the game with 57 goals already for the season, Goldie, so that will put him equal at the moment with Scott Mumford in the race for the goal kicking award.
He's opposed to Michael Bomber Lancaster. You've seen a few Rams games, Pistols in particular against Ironbank. He has that ability, doesn't he?
Yeah, he just has that good goal sets well. Adelaide Crows, Essendon, North Adelaide, you name it. Back in the centre, up they go. J-Mar was up high, ball down the cricket pitch area. Nicky J with the handball towards John McDonald. He's set upon by a couple of Rams, so umpire Barr will come in to recommence the game as we come up 2 minute mark. It's Nairne-Bremer 1 straight, Bridgewater yet to get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, J-Mar didn't play the last time the Rams played the Raiders, so looking forward to seeing how he goes today. In the meantime, free kick against the Raiders here. Go to Ryan McGay, last year's male medalist for the Rams. Kicks the ball inside, attacking 50, about 40 metres out from goal. Laddams went for it, but it's collected by Craig Evans on the half-back flank. Little spot-up kick, that's better, and finds Jansen. About 15 metres in front of Craig Evans there, so still on the half-back flank. Vice-captain for the Raiders will kick up the outer side wing. Pack forms, high flyer was there over the top, it was Fatulis, one of them. Rowlands fends off his opponent, left foot, only gained about 5 metres. Callum Smith shovels a handball out to a teammate in lines, tight on the boundary line, and it's gone out of bounds, so it'll be a boundary throw-in on the outer side. And the scores are the Rams first on the board through Chris Laddams' Pistols.
So ball at the half-forward flank area, Nicky Jansen, typical head down, gets out to Houlihan. He gets a sweeping handball out to the run of Maxie Wakefield. It sends the ball, it tells you towards the corridor, and the mark taken by the returning Sammy Fatulis. So a great pickup for the Raiders, Simon Wise, to get Fatulis back in the side.
Yes, fantastic to see him back. We needed a bit of height today as well, and so he's very welcome back into the side.
Spent the first half of the season with Counter Bay, and has returned to the Raiders where he was such a big part in last year's premiership. So just on the edge of the 50-metre arc, kicking towards the Callington town end, sets the ball on its way. Plenty of depth and length in that kick. Straight through the high diddle-diddle, and welcome back to Callington Oval for Sammy Fatulis. And a brilliant long goal there, and good conversion right there, Wisey.
Indeed, he kicked that from just on 52 by the look of it, so a magnificent kick. It's not that breezy out there though, so it's actually perfect conditions for footy, being overcast and not too breezy up here, which there normally is a breeze to one end.
So 1 goal apiece as we've played 3.5 minutes in the first term. Courier Cup final, Nairne-Bremer Rams taking on Bridgewater-Callington here at Callington, even though the sun's just dropped behind the cloud for a while. It's
Yeah.
still perfect conditions, Goldie.
Looking forward to seeing how James Moss goes today. Pistols, he's been best for Rams for majority of the season since he came back in from the reserves. In the meantime, clearing kick from the Raiders towards centre forward. Stopped here. Raiders shoveling the handball out. Comes to Johnny McDonald with the yellow boot. Squirts a kick out onto the outer side wing. Finds Smith. Hayden Smith. Kicks the ball towards the left half forward flank. Good spoil there by Nathan Davey, and it's gone out towards the boundary line. So 55 metres out now from the Raiders' goal kick towards the club room end in the opening term, and it's 1 goal apiece. We've gone 5 minutes.
So half forward flank area, as we said, Bridgewater go towards the change room and ruck battle there. Reece Jordan. Ball comes out here for Nairne. Movement forward comes to Nick Jaensch. Long handball to skipper Lepetri. Breaks onto the
Mitch Hines
right
on.
foot. Puts it out to Mitch Hines, the flank lead right in front of big Dyer. Bus. Puts it in towards the 50. Sammy Dyer with the orange boots. Spills the mark. Stacked on the middle there, and umpire Morrison will come in and ball it up just inside the forward arc. And Sammy Dyer, end of a precision pass there, but just couldn't hold the ball. So Rollins and Hine go at it. Rollins wins it down to Smith. As it's Steve, he goes to ground. Hine in there again. Rupchik gets it out to his brother onto Lepetri. To Gamma, sweeping handball to Nick Jaensch inside the arc now, set sail towards the railway end goals. I tell you what,
Textbook.
That's a great finish there by Nick Jaensch, out just on the outside 50, and well, the half-back flank defender who well played in the Eastern Zone Championships last week, state championships for Eastern Zone. A good finish there, Simon was.
Fantastic set of 5 handballs there from there, and they actually used the ball extremely well in close, and then the long sweeping handball out wide to Jaensch, kicking the goal from just inside 50. Good footy.
How many goals has he kicked this year, Pistols? Nick Jaensch has kicked 8 goals now from his half-back flank. He started that play and then ended it. So brilliant left foot kick by Nick Jaensch, giving the Rams the lead, 2 goals to 1 goal. We have gone 6 minutes in the opening quarter here from Callington Oval. Courier Cup final. Jaemar up against Rowlands. Coming through off the line there for the Rams. Kick towards the half-forward flank. Mitch Hine again, presenting well, but it's well done here by Nick Jansen. Dodges around Lepetri, kicks up the clubroom wing and finds a teammate there in Connor Healy. Connor Healy switches play into the middle of the ground. Running Smith goes towards Johnny McDonald with the yellow boots, kicks it out towards the left half-forward flank. Davey, good attack on the ball, but the umpire's blown the whistle here. Is it relay free kick?
Yep. I think McDonald was
and
put down
50-metre penalty as well. Okay. Well, we have to see that on Footy Flicks
That's a bit
during the
harsh
week.
there, Wisey. Did you pick up on that one?
Yeah, I think he just got pushed after he kicked it. He's actually come into the game a little bit, Johnny Mack. He's kicked, I think he's had 3 or 4 kicks in the last probably 5 minutes and a couple of handballs. So he's
And already the Smith boys, Hayden and Steve, getting a number of creative touches in the back half.
That's right, and Jansen as well. Good hardball get over there on the back flank.
So it looks like our man Maxie Wakefield in rare form at the moment, and he from about 25 metres out straight in front pops it through, no problems at all. So ties the score up once again at 2 goals apiece. Goldie, 6.5 minutes gone.
Yeah, good start, Pistols. 4 goals in the opening 7 minutes. Wisey, it's been it's entertaining start.
As you'd expect in this sort of conditions, it will be a high-scoring game, you would say, and it's a nice free-flowing game too, which is good.
So you expect that between 2 sides at the top of the table. Still a fight for the minor premiership. Nairne gets to have their bye, so a bit more than just the Courier Cup online with us, perhaps that minor premiership and the first week off in the finals. Back in the centre, umpire T. Bar will set them, but be Jaemar up against Big Rollins. The 2 big men, up they go, right on the edge of the pitch. Really no clear winner as the ball comes down.
Good tackle
by Wakefield. He's locked up in a pretty good tackle by
Ryan McGay.
So it was Houlihan. As the ruckman go at it again. Jaemar bounced off his head into a pack of players trying to feed the ball out there. Nairne working it forward to long Izzy Rupchik. Good interception by Smith, as I said, been busy already to McDonald. J Mac, good sweeping handball out here to Craig Evans. The experienced Evans, little foot pass along the wing here finds Will Fernhead. Back in Raider colours. Last couple of weeks, tips it forward to the lead.
Maxie Wakefield.
Taken by Maxie Wakefield, who's up and about, certainly this season, Goldie, as we had him on the huddle Wednesday night for a good chat.
Yes, absolutely. Pistols loves his travelling. 33 goals he's kicked this season, or 34 now.
Yep.
Obviously kicked a goal a couple of minutes ago. So Maxie Wakefield, number 8 for the Raiders. Interesting enough, played B grade a few years ago.
Yeah.
Was a bit down on confidence.
Junior footy, then gave it away for a while. Loves winning, so he'll be trying to help the Raiders win this with this kick, but not his best effort this time, Maxie. That's always the way goal you're talking about, Wisey, and look what they do
Gave
to
him
you.
the kiss of death pistols, and that's what happens. He's kicked it out the floor.
So deep in the back pocket, it looks like it might be Nick Jaensch, that left foot. As I said, hadn't had far to drive today for the game.
Salem zone.
Salem. Sets it towards half back there, a big pack. I know the
Good
top,
mark,
the big B-pole, and Rollins takes a very good mark, about 6 back in the bus, but put out the big dukes and took it over the pack.
Rollins goes towards centre half forward. Who's there? Houlihan goes up. 1-2. Couldn't quite take the mark. Handball out there by, looked like Evans. Goes to Hayden Smith. Kick inside attacking 50. Goes to Will Fernhead. Goes for goal. And he's missed it there. So opportunity gone missing. Good setup by Hayden Smith towards a running Will Fernhead. He's got a few touches in the last couple of minutes.
It's been a good return to the Raiders colours, Will Fernhead. As we remember, he played in that losing grand final 2 years ago, I think, Simon. Then went to Onkers, but come back home.
He burns up a wing, mate. He's got blistering pace. He's a superb player.
Ball brought back in the centre. Jaensch was spoiled from behind by Rollins. Ball on the deck. Trying to wiggle out
That's
McDonald
high.
in there. Could have been taken high. Umpire Barr on the scene says no, and then we'll come in and ball it up. 8.5 minutes gone. Raiders 2-1, leading Nairne-Bremer Rands 2 goals on the quarter wild from Callington Oval.
Ball at centre half forward here for the Raiders, going towards their change room end. Houlihan cleverly sockets the ball forward. Still at centre half forward, number of players around the ball, including Adam Houlihan, and the umpire Bar says I'll have it, bit of push and shove. Well, Steve Smith involved, also Rupchich, as you'd expect.
Mackay, yep.
Still centre half forward here for the Raiders. Maxi Wakefield wrapping up Elijah Rupchik in a tackle. And umpire Barr says, I'll have it. Bomber Lancaster barking instructions from centre half back. He's opposed to Chris Laddams. That'll be a good match-up. Laddams kicked the goal earlier in the quarter. Fernhead, once again, handball over the top. Reece Jordan under pressure by Nathan Davey in the forward pocket. It's gone out of bounds. And we've gone 10 minutes in the opening quarter.
Because Rex Jordan, Simon, he's holding the link to the former Callington club, isn't he?
He is, in fact, and he's good up forward. He's got strong hands, and he'll always chime in with a couple when you need them.
Houlihan tried to move the ball, eventually ends with the hands of Nick Jaensch, who drives the Rams out of trouble towards skipper Lepetri in contest with Nicky Jansen. Lepetri's still in there battling, gets a bit of help from Izzy Rupchik. Ball goes to ground. Couple of players over the top of it, held in there, and the umpire will come in and ball up. It's a little bit more push and shove.
Craig Evans with a fend off there.
Young Rupchik, which is
Connor
amazing.
Healy, I should say. Yeah.
So one of them involved in a little bit of a spirit. But,
Yep.
umpire will come in and ball it up. So
The younger
Rollins
one.
and Jaensch.
As Pistol says, Jaensch and Rollins in the ruck. Ball comes out here. Rupchik trying to get it out. And umpire says, I'll have it. Oh, in fact, it's a free kick here for the Raiders. And it's going to Craig Evans. So Evans kicks it towards the right half forward flank, looking for Reece Jordan. Couldn't quite collect it. He's under pressure here from a couple of Rams players and sees it. They see the ball out of bounds, about 70 metres out from the Raiders. Goal kicking towards the change room end. Wazzy, how have you seen the start?
There's a bit of feeling out there, actually. In close, like Houlihan got ridden into the ground before, and a couple of the older senior Bridgewater players are sticking up for him a little bit. So definitely a bit of feeling out there.
Umpire Morris here, Pistols has picked out a free kick, so it's going to the Raiders. Looks like Maxi Wakefield's got an opportunity here. About 45-degree angle. Kicking from basically bang on 50 metres. So Maxi Wakefield, couple of steps, goes for goal. Oh, that looks good. He's on. Maxi Wakefield's already kicked a couple of goals in the Courier Cup final. And the Raiders go to their third goal for the match. 3 goals won. And the Rams are 2 goals. Wisey, great shot there.
Yeah, he kicked straight through the pill and gave it a really good roost as well. That went about 60 metres, that kick. It was a beauty.
Yeah, he's certainly in rare form this year, as we said, representative the league, Hills League. Then he made the zone team last week, and certainly for Bridgewater, he's been knocking up the stats and with goals. And as Goldie said, that's his second already, so he's kicked 35 for the year. It's a pretty handy return,
especially from the half forward. And his presence up forward too. He does a bit of forward pressure as well and press, which is great.
Then trying to work the ball where it comes to James Moss after he received it from Mackay. Mackay out towards the social club wing area.
Good tackle,
gang tackle there. Looked like Smith grabbed the ball, good tackle applied by Rupchik. So players gather once again for a throw-in right in front of the social area in the club rooms. And I had a few
They'd be having a
stories
good day
told
today.
over there. Simon a bit later on.
It's not quite green in colour.
Almost
but,
holding the ball.
As it comes to Craig Evans. Went his right, got back on his familiar left. Smith juggles his way through traffic. Good work. Tries it towards half forward. Connor Healy there. Sorry for Toulis. Bounces over his head.
Maxie Wakefield.
Coming to meet us, Maxie Wakefield in the play all over the
Clever,
ground.
great vision.
Here. He's got fielding out if the ball sits through right, but Nick Jaensch also
no.
there as well for the Rams and ball over the boundary line. So dangerous Raider attack diffused for the time being.
30 minutes gone in the opening quarter. It's 3 goals won, the Raiders, to 2 goals, the Rams. And it's about 50 metres out from the Raiders' goal. Here's a chance, Maxie Wakefield off this pack. Oh, brilliant. He's kicked the 3rd goal for the quarter. Absolutely sensational goal there, off hands from the boundary throw-in. And goal there for Maxie Wakefield was. He's certainly on great form early in this one.
Yes, indeed. Nice snap from the right forward pocket, but that was loose checking from there. Very ordinary. So he had plenty of space to be able to do that.
So Maxie Wakefield's already kicked 3 goals, Pistols, to start this one.
Well, we know he's
gone.
been in good form, Golding. Obviously, we gave him a bit of inspiration during the week when he was on us at the huddle, and certainly he's, probably the most dominant player on the ground at the moment. Although he's had good support, as I said, the 2 Smith boys in defence have been pretty good. Craig Evans with a few variable touches, and also Big Rollins. Perhaps matching J-Mar in the ruck contest. J-Mar's been such a big influence for the Rams so far this season.
In the middle, looks like Moss, J-Mar in ruck. We've also got Michael Rupchich. Billings is in
Todd
there.
Billings, first time we've seen him
For
today.
the Raiders, we've got Rollins, Johnny McDonald with the yellow boots, or bright yellow. Nicky Jansen, and just trying to pick up the other Raiders player on the outer side there. Looks like Steve Smith. So back in the middle, Rollins, straight down the throat of Johnny McDonald. His kick was smothered. Ricochet from J-Mar. Aerial ping pong in the middle of the ground. Centre cricket pitch area, tackled to the ground from Johnny McDonald there was Michael Rupchich. 13 minutes gone, it's 4-1. 3 of those goals kicked by Maxie Wakefield, 2 goals the Rams.
Ball comes down the ground. Smith left the ball behind Moss. He leaves it behind as well. Coming through there was Jeffrey Lyons by the looks of it. He goes to the ground. Stacks on the middle in the cricket pitch area. And umpire Travis Barr at the end says, "Oh, have it, boys," and come in and ball it up. So a lightning start here, bearing in mind the round 1 meeting, or the first time they met. Nairne-Bremer led by 25 points at quarter time, then reeled in by the Raiders. This time it's the Raiders setting the pace. The ball goes to the ground, and Nicky J was in there hard. Good tackle solidly on Ryan McGahey.
Just some other matchups. Pistols, Witt is on Dyer. This is in the Rams forward line. As I said, Lancaster on Laddams, and Craig Evans is on the skipper in LaPetrie.
So ball comes out here, good handball out there, comes out to Will Fernhead.
Got a few touches.
Out wide, for a teammate there, ball off hands. Now defence McGay, good sweeping handball out there. Comes out here to Cullen Smith. In turn, gets it out here to Isaac Binder. Spent some time at Hardle, he puts it out wide to young Isaiah Rupchik. But in the meantime, looks like the ball was over the boundary line in front of the Raiders coaching box. So the resultant free kick, I think, will go to Sam Whitley, Connor Healy, over there in the distance at Callington Oval.
Connor Healy for the Raiders. As Pistol said, just in front of the Raiders coaching box, goes towards the half-forward flank, off hands. Inside attacking 50 now for the Raiders, out towards the boundary line, and it's gone out of bounds. So we'll see if Maxie Wakefield's around for another chance here. And we have gone 15 minutes in the opening quarter. It's inside attacking 50 for the Raiders. Houlihan, big attack on the ball there from Raiders. Rams opponent and Houlihan.
Is that Houlihan? I think it's Houlihan.
Yeah.
Fielding, I think, number 4.
Number
3.
Is it?
He's copped a couple of high ones, and he's being belted from pillar to post at the moment, but he's got the free kick on the right forward flank.
Got a train.
There's a train goes past. Let's bring some more spectators in here for this big game. So, Houlihan, kick drops short, and the mark taken defence for Nairn. Chips the ball short to Ryan McGay, this reigning male medalist. Drives it further forward. Kind of here, a good defensive ball over the top for the Raiders. Ball spins to Johnny McDonald. Quick hands out there to Smith.
Smith by himself.
Smith to the top of the square. Over the top comes to that.
Wakefield, number 5.
Shot on, hits the post. Nearly another bit of magic from the Maxie Wakefield bag of tricks. But excitement machine, Wisey, that's for sure.
He's sensational. The ball is had a stack of possessions, and unfortunately hit the post that time.
Must remind you of your good self. Taken by James Moss from there, chips the ball further forward, taken by Ryan McGay. So just inching forward here, little short kick to the racehorse of Hayden Gamma.
Gamma takes the mark.
Chef, I believe, Goldie.
That's it.
And Birrenberg.
Loves it. Left footer, Gamma for the Rams out towards the Raiders coaches box. Just gee whiz, just some signs here from the Rams, but not quite on at the moment, Wisey. The Raiders.
They can't seem to push past the centre line, can they?
Yeah.
They keep going too wide. They've got to play a bit more direct.
So the Raiders looking to move the ball inside attacking 50 once again. Big Roland presents himself, takes a skyscraping mark over a couple of Rams players. One of those being Craig Jaensch, so that's a great effort. Roland's kick inside attacking 50. Couple of Rams there over the back though. Here's an opportunity. Running in, and that's Willie Searle for his first goal and the Raiders' fifth. Just waiting over the back and ran in for the easiest of goals.
Smart play by Searle. He just stayed down while the two Nairne players went up, and as it normally happens, it goes straight out the back and landed on his lap. So well done.
Kicked 41 goals coming into this game, so obviously he's 42nd. And the last game they played was actually well held at their first game at Nairne. Actually only kicked the one goal, which I think was late in the game. So they'll be pleased to see him get on the ball. But they bolted away, as you said, 5-2 to 2-goal lead to the Raiders. 16-20 gone on the clock, and certainly meaning business here is the Bridgewater.
Last, how many goals for the Raiders, Pistols? They've kicked the last 4, is that correct? Last 4 goals for the Raiders.
Yes. Yep.
Meantime, it's gone towards the half-forward flank. Arch to the back here. The Raiders will kick the ball inside, attacking 50 through Isaiah Rupchich. Skewed off the side of the boot, but collected by Johnny McDonald. He's under a bit of pressure. He's done that well though. He's gone to Jansen on his left foot. Good forward line pressure here for the Rams, but Nathan Fitzgerald goes in out towards Johnny McDonald. Connor Healy wrapped up in the tackle, half-back flank for the Raiders near the tented area. And we've gone 17 minutes in the opening quarter, and it's the Raiders with the last 4 goals of the match. They lead 5-2 to the Rams, who are stuck on 2 goals.
As we said, 17 minutes gone.
Free kick here.
Very rare forward entries at this stage of the game for Nairne. Can they build from this as they receive a free kick just on the edge of the forward 50 arc? Umpire T.
Flashy Dyer.
Is he bringing a player? But no, sorry, I thought he might have been bringing a 50, but it's going to be Sammy Dyer, of course, former North Adelaide under-18 player, drives it closer to the top of the goal square.
Hines
Big
down there.
On tight. Bomber Lancaster gets his fist, ball comes to ground. Johnny McDonald working back from midfield to help out the defenders and just pushes the ball out of bounds by the right point post, kicking towards the railway end of the ground. So a chance here to see if Nairne can add to their tally of 2 goals. Well in arrears with Bridgewater, 5-2 at this stage of the game. Ball comes to the ground. Seeming on here's a chance.
It's on.
And yes.
Craig Evans and Laddams. There was a bit of a fend off there in the ruck contest with Hine. Caught one in the face. We'll have to have a look at that on the replay.
Well, in the meantime, Richard had taken the ball and kicked the goal. We're just waiting to see if that stands. Yes, says the umpire. So the goal was actually kicked off hands by Michael Rupchik. Okay. And as you said, there was a bit of
a bit of a
push and shove.
We'll have to look at that during the week on the replay. But
yeah,
it looked like Mitch Hine caught one in the face. And in the meantime, the Rams kicked their 3rd goal, Wisey.
Bit of a late hit on Hine there, but Rupchik was very well aware of what was going on. Everyone was concentrating on that, and he just ran into an open goal.
So 5-2 Bridgewater, and Nairne go to 3 straight, as Goldie said, just short of 18-minute mark. So a little bit of fire in the game, as you'd expect. Battle for minor premiership, perhaps down the track, and also the Courier Cup. So
Josh Chender coming onto the ground. He's gone to a half-back flank, it looks like.
So umpire Morrison sets them up here, Roland and Jamar. Jamar up high, gets it down to McGay, gets out to Moss. Moss kicks the ball high. And
go for it if you want to.
The flank is Gamma and Fernhead, 2 young blokes at it. Oh, good hands by Craig Evans.
Here we go.
From Smith to Witt, into the back with Fernhead, who drives it towards half-forward flank. Aaron does that man again, Wakefield.
Still yet. On the wing and up deep up forward. Kick inside attacking 50. Willie Searle collected that one well to Johnny McDonald off 1 step. Goes for goal. I reckon he's got it.
The wind will bring this back. Slight wind, I tell you what, that's a great
Maxi Wakefield
there, Johnny McDonald.
Just setting them up and kicking goals.
Everything that Max Wakefield touches at the moment is turning to goal, but that was good footy by Fernhead back here on the half-back flank. He was well aware, created some space, and a goal in the end to Johnny Mack, about 40 metres out, dead in front.
Yeah, good combinations. They moved the ball out. As you said, I think Smith was involved. And as you said, twice in that passage of play was Fernhead. He initially set it up, and then he got the ball, drove it forward. Maxi Wakefield, as you said, he can do anything at the moment. And Johnny Mack off 1 step, and the ball just drifted back, and straight through. So, yeah, 6 goals, 2 to 3 goals. Bridgewater stamping authority very early as we come up to 18.5 minutes gone, first term, Goldie.
Entering this match, Pistols, I think the Raiders have won, 2 out of the last 4, so a little bit up and down, not the greatest form line, but their first quarter has certainly been entertaining to say the least. Chender goes out towards a teammate there in Jansen, is it?
Yeah, I think Nicky J.
Nicky J kicks the ball inside attacking 50, 1-on-1, Willie Still over the back, out-bodied Nathan Davey, plays on and kicks the post.
Ooh, poster.
Does the umpire called a free kick here, back at half-back, or is it relay free kick for the Raiders? Might be.
It might be a free kick to
Searle.
Was
Okay.
he pushed? Was
Pushed
he
the back
pushed?
as he kicked it, I think. So
Was he pushed a la Tex Walker into the post? So it'll be Willie Searle who kicked their. Well, it's already kicked a goal a couple of minutes ago. So chance
number
for
7
a
for the Raiders.
slight angle.
No worries there.
Umpire moved a little bit, but not far enough as it's through for the necessary score. So, gee, the Raiders running amok here. Alarm bells already ringing to suggest for Coach Tony Filkey. Not the start you want as Bridgewater move on to 7 goal 2 to 3 straight. Coming out to 20 minutes in the first term, Simon Wise.
Yeah, the goals that Bridgewater have got have generally come from very slick, quick ball movement, whereas Nairne have sort of, it's sort of falling out the back of the pack. And they've got a couple of close in goals, so 2 very diverse ways of scoring from both teams. But Nairne will come back. Don't you worry about that.
So in the middle, Jaensch up against Rollins once again. McGaugh's in there, Moss, Rupchich, there's in Elijah. Also, looks like Maxi Wakefield's having a bit of a stint in the middle for the Raiders after kicking 3 goals in this opening quarter. Comes out to Smith, his kick smothered. Moss ducks the chutney in the middle of the ground, managed to get a kick away. And umpire Barr says that's a mark to Smith. He sweeps a handball out towards Craig Evans on the wing, kicks it up the line, finds his intended target there with the Tulis. Didn't put the Dukes out. Rams trying to clear the ball here.
Oh, Binder.
Under pressure. Good pressure from the Raiders. Eventually picked up by Reece Jordan. Went one way, then the other. Went backwards. Goes towards Craig Evans with the handball. Inside attack 50. High leap over the top. I reckon that was Houlihan, was it? Ball hits the deck. Inside attack 50 Raiders. Here's a chance for Steve Smith. Off one step, goes for goals. Couple of Raiders plays back here. Maxi Wakefield, eyes on the prize. Running back with flight. And that's again one of the marks of the season from Maxi Wakefield, running back with courage, just eyes on the pill.
Certainly on Hill's footy, Flicks have become used to that sort of trailer pick. The last time they met up Nairne, similar thing, just running backwards against the flow. Eyes for the ball. And once again, Simon Wise taking a very courageous mark.
That was fantastic footy from Wakefield. Eyes for the ball, running back. And
number 4 for the quarter.
You might have just pulled this or...
No. Great effort.
4 for the opening quarter. Maxi Wakefield, he's setting up goals, he's taking great marks. And that's number 4 for him for the match. And he's kicked 37 goals now for the season.
He would have at least had a dozen touches in his first quarter easy.
GB high in the running for MVP award, and also the MAC medal being awarded today as a motor accident round.
He's doing it all.
So yeah, as you said, he's doing it all. So I tell you, he's doing it all. The Bridgewater-Callington Raiders, 8 goal 2 to 3 straight goals, 21 minutes gone. Coach Tony Filkey.
Well, he's standing alongside his assistant there, Pistols Lackenby, and they're just looking a little bit concerned over there at the moment.
We might ask Simon Wise in quarter time, what would he do to stop this run as the ball's fed out into Houlihan?
Oh, they're on the Raiders.
Last week, got a bit of shimmy work there, very clever from the young man.
A bit too easy
Sets
there.
The ball up here, Rams defence once again.
Free kick again, the umpires.
Looks like being an infringement as the ball was coming fielding. And umpire Morrison awarding the kick to player back there.
So what have we got?
Might be Bastian, Nick Bastian.
8 goals to 3
Yeah,
for
Nick
the
Bastian
opening quarter.
really free kick, drives it back up. But Chender on it. Ball gets built off him, but he was infringed, a bit of chopping of the hands. So Josh Chender to take the relieving free kick.
Chender started the match on the pine, went out towards Craig Evans. He's got a few touches on this wing. Kicks the ball inside attacking 50. Willie Searle goes up. Oh, hits 1-2. Good crumbing here. Fernhead off one step, left foot towards the pocket. Here's a chance. Snap round the corner.
Fielding.
Number 9 for the Raiders for the quarter. They're putting on a clinic.
That's twice Craig Evans has run the ball out with some space from the fat side, from the back flank. So he's starting to pick up some really telling touches.
I tell you, 9 goal to 3. This is Oh, just fantastic football here, Simon. Just as you said, the way they're running the ball, the Raiders, and they've been a bit sloppy with some of their finishing work. And two games this year, particularly, they've lost. But I tell you, they certainly got the radar working today because they're kicking them from everywhere.
They certainly are, and Rawlings giving him first use of the ball in the ruck. He's definitely outdoing J-Mac at this stage of the game.
So in the middle for the Raiders, Rollins up against J-Mar. Houlihan's in there. Johnny McDonald, Craig Evans, so all the elite for the Raiders. In the middle though, it's taken by Michael Rupchich on his left foot, clearing kick, shinned by teammate there in Todd Billings out towards the boundary line. It's gone out of bounds, just in front of the Raiders interchange bench, and Coach Ryan Nelson will be very happy with the start. It's obviously just a start at the moment because the last time they played, the Rams led 4 goals to zip at quarter time. Pistols.
Absolutely. 4-2 to point, actually, it was. As here's the Raiders again building through something. Comes back here to Smith. He's been very busy. The veteran puts it out here in the direction.
Good spoil.
Of Fatulis. Good spoil from behind us. Going to qualify Isaac Binder. The ball bounces over in proximity to the Nairne coach's box. As we said, Coach Filkey and the Brains Trust ponder a, 9-goal, 2-3 goal.
You couldn't really ask for a better start, could you, Wisey, as coach after the break, Ryan Nelson?
Yeah, he'd say don't be complacent though. That's for sure. You don't want to, drop your bundle for any minute against Nairne because they can run all over the top of you. They've got plenty of classy players. But Steve Smith just before he's finding space in traffic. He does that really well.
So boundary throw in, centre wing, interchange side of the ground. Looks like free kick here. The umpires have got involved in this opening quarter. It'll be going to Billings. For the Rams.
Just interestingly, you boys, just looking at their Raiders interchange box, there's only 2 players in there. Have they got an injury that we haven't picked up?
Unless
mate, I'll see what I can find out.
Anyway, we'll get back to the game as the ball moving closer to the 50-metre arc, but Raiders getting a free kick as the siren sounds there. So we might discuss that Raiders interchange situation, whether they've lost a player that we haven't noticed. But I tell you what, they haven't lost. That's the ability to lead, and that. Quarter time, they've emphatically kicked away as they lead 9-2 to 3 straight to the Bremer Rams. So, just quick thoughts, Goldie?
Well, Maxie Wakefield, Wisey, what a start, 4 goals.
He's unbelievable today. He's definitely got his A game playing very well up forward. But I think it's all around the ground. Bridgewater are winning. It's not just there, as I said.
Absolutely.
Rawlings in the ruck. He's definitely given them first use. And that always helps, of course. But half back line's running well for Bridgewater, and they're driving the ball forward continuously. So Nairne are coming under a lot of pressure, their back line.
All right, you're on Hills Radio, the call of the wild, coming to you today from Callington Oval, and it's the home side, the Bridgewater-Callington Raiders in charge at quarter time. Emphatically 9-2 to 3 goals. We'll be back shortly to discuss the first quarter and the commencement of the second quarter to see if the Rams can fight back. This is Hills Radio 88.9 FM.
Well, he's on, that's for sure.
Jeez, you wouldn't have picked that.
No.
We've always been a sort of slow starters, but that's just Max Wakefield. Fuck me.
He's a gun.
He's good, isn't he?
Dead set gun.
Where'd he come from?
Happy Valley, played a little bit of juniors.
Because there's a Wakefield. There's
Brett Wakefield.
Played soccer.
Okay.
Gave it up. Was just coasting in the B grade and not really into it. And
that can actually help playing soccer at a young age.
Yeah,
peripheral vision.
Yeah. And elusive. It gets you quick in the short space, quick on your feet. So that's unreal. Let's hope that's not the scoring end.
Yeah.
There's no wind. Look at that. Not a breath of wind, which is rare for here. There's always wind normally.
Well, it's only appropriate. We're brought back here to Callington Oval from the man, the excitement machine that first quarter, and Maxie Wakefield, who 1, 2, 3, 4
plus
goals,
setting up a few.
As Bridgewater-Callington lead 9-2 to 3 straight against the Nairne-Bremer Rams, and Pistols and Goldie here, and joined this afternoon by 200 gamer, left foot legend from the Bridgewater Raiders Football Club in Simon Wise. And Simon, as an old radio, must be very pleased with that start.
It's a super start, mate, that's for sure. As I said, winners all around the ground at this stage. Max Wakefield up forward, electric, absolutely amazing. And he's also had a few goal assists as well, Goldie, as you said before. So,
and his mark running back with the flight, he does that regularly. It's not just a one-off. He's He's got the whole package.
Pretty handy to have a player that can boot plenty of goals and good in the air as well as can crumb as well. So he's sort of the full package, isn't he? So.
And he started off basically playing soccer, and you were talking during the break about that can actually be a benefit.
It is a good thing. You know, I did as a kid. I played soccer and moved on to footy, and I know a lot of other people that did as well that were a hell of a lot more talented than me. And,
they moved you on, did they?
Yeah, a bit too lippy maybe. But no, it does put you in good stead for football because you can actually become quite elusive playing soccer. It gives you quick feet, and you tend to have the dodging skills that you maybe not quite have as a junior footballer, where you're sort of more straight line. So that's definitely shining out today in his game.
It is a dangerous forward line, I've got to admit. You've got Fatulis down there, Reece Jordan, Wakefield, Houlihan. Who else we got there? Obviously Willie Searle, who's come on board this season. Connor Healy can play either end, and it looks like Joshy Fielding's gone into attack as well. He's kicked a goal in the opening quarter.
Just as we go around the grounds at quarter time, thanks to Dutton's Mount Barg, Harndorf Tourist Park, Amblemead, Von Deuces, Woodside Irrigation and Great Eastern Hotel, Onka Valley 6-6, Lobethal yet to get on the board.
Okay, yep.
And Echunga 2-4 leading Mount Lofty 2-3, so a point the difference there in that game over in Echunga. But back here at Callington, second quarter underway.
Jaensch up against Rollins in ruck. What are the Rams going to do in this term? Well, let's see if the Raiders change room end is the scoring end, because they kicked 9 goals in that opening quarter, the Raiders, to the Rams 3. Meantime, Rams got the ball across the half-forward line, but the Raiders' pressure really on top here early to start the second quarter. That's good signs for them. They're not going to let up at all. Ball left half-forward flank here for the Rams, about 60 metres out from their goal. 3 goals in that opening quarter they kicked. Goal scorers, will get to them shortly from Pistols. And yeah, holding the ball. Umpire's hot on that one, was he?
Yeah, very hot. I think he just laid in the ball, so it was a good decision.
Ryan McGay with the, well, has he gone 50-metre penalty, incorrect disposal back. Okay, gee whiz. Okay.
That's a bit unusual. He threw it straight back to the right player.
Involving the 2 medalists, last year's McGay and the previous year's Johnny McDonald, but McGay, well, it's a handy 50-metre.
What?
Right in the goal square, and well, walk up bizarre, that one.
4th goal for the Rams, their first to start the second quarter, and they go to 4 goals straight. Goal kickers in the opening quarter for the Rams, Pistols.
For the Rams, we had Laddams, Nick Jaensch with a good follow-up outside 50, big bomb, and then Elijah Rupchik, and as you said, McGay just adding that one. And for Bridgewater, it was a Maxi Wakefield show, as we said, 4 goals to him, 2 to Willie Searle, Fatulis, and McDonald and Fielding.
Good start, was he, from the Rams?
It was a good setup out the middle, actually. They let the Raiders ruckman win the ruck, and Mika Rupchik at the back of the pack just read it better than anyone, and just ran the ball out of the centre line. Very well done.
So Jaensch up against Rollins in ruck. Off the back, here is Moss. Kicks it towards the right half forward with the 50-metre kick. Oh, good mark on the chest. Mitch Hine, just around from the Rams interchange bench, moves the ball on quickly to an intended target in Dyer. But chopping off in front there was Craig Evans, who had a good start in the opening quarter. Moves the ball on quickly to Steve Smith, last year's best on in the grand final. Kicks it towards the wing area, and Reece Jordan presenting overhead against Callan Smith. Did that well, kept the ball in, Jordan. Out towards Connor Healy. Handball over the top, Raiders trying to move the ball on quickly, but it's collected by Jaensch. And eventually it's gone out of bounds, has it? Yes, it has. Centre wing.
Right in front of the scoreboard, which reads Bridgewater 9-2, Nairne-Bremer 4 goals straight. 2 minutes gone, second term.
Nathan Davey on Max Wakefield, that's the match up there.
Okay, so we see if we can quell that. A man who's playing brightly with a man with bright hair, Goldie. So
It's
once
even
that one's
brighter
Callum
than
Smith
last
has the
time,
ball,
Nate
but he's
Davey.
bundled over the boundary line once again in front of the scoreboard.
It's pure
We'll have
white.
another boundary throw in.
It's a bit of vanilla ice going on there, boys.
Absolutely. His umpire T-Bar just brings it in a bit. Throw up. So it'll be Jaensch and Roland, the 2 big giants. Ball comes down to the deck, leading the race for the balls. LePetri seemed to be swung off it. So it was Rupchik. So the ball comes back up here towards Reece Jordan. Double grab. Taken by Moss. Oh, quick hands out to Jaensch. He fumbled. Oh, good pressure there from Bridgewater. From Healy. Healy gets it across here to Josh Fielding. He's got a paddock to break into. Puts up to
Willie!
himself. The prize! Oh, up and over!
He wanted that.
Got the perfect sit there.
That was perfect sit from Willie.
Yeah, poor old Gareth de Perouse was just, well, a spectator in that contest. As Willie Searle wisely reminded of you at your prime.
No, not quite, mate. Definitely didn't get that high up. But the Nairne fullback got caught right underneath that. Who's that?
Gareth de Preux.
Yes, he got caught under that and had the perfect sit, the big fella. So,
I'll tell you, that'll be a good shot on Full Hills Footy Flicks, no doubt. Goldie is Willie Searle, chance for his third and first for the turn for the Raiders.
Willie, that's the double.
And completes a spectacular mark with a very good goal. So Nairne-Bremer kicking the opening goal to the Courier turn, but Bridgewater answering it back. It brings up their 10th for the afternoon. They move along to 10 goal 2. Nairne-Bremer 4 straight. 3.5 minutes gone, and Willie Searle. Why should you have all the fun, Maxie Wakefield?
Should also pay some credit to the kicker then. That was a perfect kick to Searle, which allowed him to have the perfect sit. So, well done.
So in the middle for the Rams, we've got Moss at ground level, McGay, Micah Rupchich. For the Raiders, looks like Steve Smith, Nick Jansen, and also Johnny McDonald. It'll be Rollins against Jaensch. They've gone at it since the opening bounce. Rollins won that one to ground level, coming off Micah Rupchich. Centre cricket pitch, goes towards Jeff Lyons, coming off his wing, goes for the inside-out talk. And it's collected by Craig Evans, all by himself. Craig Evans setting up play across the half forward. Up goes, looks like Patulis, the handball it out. Raiders trying to move the ball forward by hand. Smith. Pack forms. And will be a stoppage.
I'm just trying to work this out.
Time again.
Just trying to work this out. Simon, who watch the boys have a little bit of push and shove. Is it a ploy? They're playing a loose man and defence, Nairne, but then you don't leave a guy like Craig Evans to unmanned. He'd be one of the first blokes to man up, even though he's a defender.
He's had at least a dozen touches too already.
Just dominating the back.
In dangerous positions as well. Yeah. Craig Evans just setting it up.
Just setting up, as you said, setting up plays for the Raiders.
He's sort of setting a kick behind too, so when they're bombing it, he's always there. So
plenty of experience there, as we know, Sturt, North Adelaide, and also state football. So boundary throw in time box, coaching box wing, ball taken by Smith, actually trying to spin out the puck. Ball comes out here to Nairne, Ruchik boys combining there. Breaking on his left foot there was Gamma in towards Ruchik. Heavy landing there for a Raider, hopefully he's alright. McDonald, quick hands found Smith to look away, handball to Smith. Comes back here to Fielding. Just shimmy through, a good sweeping handball out to Houlihan. Spills it, but it takes it. Holds the ball long enough to get it out to Fernhead back to Houlihan, two young blokes combined.
Bit of shimmy work.
Keep trying to find out. They've overcooked it. Ball goes to ground. Izzy Richard grabs it. Tries to get
Did
the ball
that well,
wide.
the young man. They're on here, the Rams.
Comes out to Gamma to run of Nick Jaensch, the left footers combining. Bit of a wobbly kick.
They can go end to end.
And LePetre, he got his paddock. He goes back into trouble.
Tripped over his own feet.
Yeah, he did. He puts it in towards Hine. Well sport there. Comes out to Nicky J. It's a good tackle laid on him by Jaensch, I think it is.
Holding it up.
And it is. And so it was Isaac.
He's off.
Sorry, Ruchik it was.
Elijah.
In the meantime, touched off the boots as the umpire comes down to the ladders.
Touch.
It's play on because
Snap. Goal.
Makes no difference. Sladham quickly puts it onto his boot, puts it through for his second goal. So
end-to-end footy from the Rams.
Yeah, Bridgewater mucked around with it across half forward there, and it's cost them a goal.
Yeah, Houlihan and Fernhead. Yeah,
a little bit too much shimmy work.
And the corridor kick into the centre was missed the mark. Looking for Johnny McDonald, I think it was, and as you said, Nairne made him pay. So Nairne just getting pegging back a bit. They move to 5 goals straight, and it's 10 goal 2. So still a 32-point margin in favour of the Raiders.
So in the middle, Moss still in there, Michael Rupchich, Ryan McGay.
Evans has gone in for Bridgewater into the
middle
rover role, and McDonald across half forward now. In fact, now pushing down a bit further forward.
Looks like Maxie Wakefield's in there as well against Jaensch. Here's Rollins. So Rollins in the middle. He's going to get the clearance here. Houlihan. Handballs over the top towards the intended target there. Looked like Craig Evans get the handball out when he was at ground level. Back to Houlihan. Quick movement. Smith snaps the ball around the corner in the middle of the ground. Rollins handballs to a running teammate there. It looked like Hayden Smith towards the half forward line. Collect by Connor Healy. Can it be? He's under pressure here from Izzy Rupchich. Good work by the youngster there for the Rams. Stops the Raiders moving forward. And we've got a boundary throw in right in front of us here with the young boundary umpire looking right at us. So here we go. 60 metres out from Melbourne. That's a good throw in. Jordan up against opponent there in Jaensch. Umpire Barr has called out a free kick here. Looks like Elijah Rupchich will collect the ball. Halfback flank for the Rams. And the score Pistols is 5 goals.
5 straight to 10-2, 6.5, nearly 7 minutes
Raiders
gone. It's
leading.
ball down towards the half-forward flank area. Following up there, ball spilled over by Nairne, and we'll have a boundary throw in. So everything this quarter at Nairne have pushed Bridgewater, been good enough to counter with Simon Wise, and it's still called that 32-point lead.
I think Filkey's called man on man here, and that's exactly what Nairne are doing, and it's working.
So boundary throw in, or a bit of a low raking throw there. Ball flicked out towards Moss, came off his boot, deflected on the ground. Good work there by Smith. Got the ball out, comes to Johnny McDonald. Bit of shimmy work, gets on that left foot, chips it forward, waiting for his Fern head, turns back through the centre, along the cricket pitch area, drives it towards the true centre half forward position. Bider with desire went back.
Willie.
The ball spilled into Searle, who's gathered it and had a flying shot at the goal, but he's off line. But gee, Isaac Binder, pretty courageous stuff, but then dropped the head at the last moment, so you can't mark the ball like that, son, when you're not looking at it. But anyway, minor score resulted a bit of a let-off. So it'll be Nick Jaensch to bring the ball back in. Prodigious kicking the ball. This one's no
Pumping
exception
kick.
as he puts it inside the centre. Pack flies off the hands from Houlihan. Fatulis in there, straight off an opponent. Gets the ball out into Evans. Evans on the left foot. Kicks the ball high as he was under pressure. Coming out the metres to Perez. Spills off hands, but in the meantime he was a fair...
Don't know about that.
Yeah, infringement. Nathan Davey, the blonde bomber, breaks away with the ball towards Mitch Hine, who waited for it. Tapped on there by Healy, as in Will.
Connor.
Good support there from Connor Healy. Meanwhile, fighting hard there was Ripchick. Hands and knees, gets the ball out here to Bastian.
For the Rams.
Strips it towards Laddams in the pocket.
Oh, can he?
He's well read by... pressure there from Bomber Lancaster, and he's off line. And first minor score of the afternoon for Nairne, as they move along to 5-1. Bridgewater-Callington 11-2. 8.5 minutes gone.
So the ball in the hands of Michael Lancaster. Oh, smothered there by Chris Laddams, holds the ball inside attacking 50, so it'll be boundary throwing. About 20 metres out from the Rams goal towards the Raiders change room end. So boundary throwing here, inside attacking 50 for the Rams. They need a few more goals, that's for sure, before half time. 9 minutes gone in the second term. They've kicked 5 for the match, 2 in this term. After the Raiders kicked 9 goals in that opening quarter. Under pressure, Rowlands, and that's holding the ball. So Rams with an opportunity here to kick their 6th for the match. And the player will be Jack Hourigan, Darcy's brother. Of course, Harndorf spearhead, Darcy Hourigan leading the Division 1 leading goal kicker.
He's actually kicked
Jack,
9 already this season, Goldie, and I think he's still eligible for senior Colt, so obviously he's got
a bit of a goal kicker, as you said. How many has he kicked? 9.
9, yes, in the limited appearances, so...
I think he kicked 4 in one quarter.
Must be in
maybe
the family,
against
he
Kersbrook.
knows where the goals are. We'll see if he does on this occasion.
No, he doesn't. Look, we're talking them up too early here, aren't we?
That's all right, lads. You can keep doing that. That's fine.
He's pulled it to the left, so another minor score. So 5-2 is the score for the Rams, and they trail Bridgewater-Callington 7-2. So 6 straight goals. The difference here, 36 points in the old man's language.
Yep.
And the ball's out of bounds on the half-forward flank area once again. So Ken Nairne built from this forward Sorte. As the boundary umpire flicks the ball back in, low raking. Rowlands uncontested, brings the ball down. Oh, Mitch Hine does some good work at ground level. Jeffrey Lyons, a sweeping handball in here, found Moss. James Moss puts it out towards Sammy Dwyer. He's been a bit quiet for the Rams so far. Well, read contested there by Sam Witt, who's made life pretty hard for Dwyer this afternoon so far, as 10.5 minutes gone second term.
Was he?
Nairne pushing players behind the ball here. There's plenty behind the ball, so they're looking at a forward press here.
Johnny McDonald gathers the ball from the boundary line throwing. He's under pressure here from Dyer. Went one way, then the other. Switches play out towards the back pocket. I think that's Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald, yeah.
So Nathan Fitzgerald played Colts interleague football at the same ground a few weeks ago. Kicks up towards the Rams interchange bench over the float. Floating Jamar takes the mark.
That's what we haven't seen a lot of today, Goldie. Usually his bread and butter, that.
So Craig Jamar kicks the ball within 20 metres out from goal. The crummers there for the Rams, paddling towards the goal line.
Yep.
Was Fitzgerald. So minor score there for the Rams, conceded. Rush behind. Craig Evans quick to move the ball in towards the boundary lines, taken by Billings here for the Rams. Centre's play that was a half forward flank taken by Moss. So James Moss. Short pass over the top, back towards Billings, and he will kick from 50 metres out. Don't know if he's got the distance here. Goes quickly to Nick Jaensch, so left footer, textbook, trademark shot there from Nick Jaensch towards the goal line, though it's gone off hands, didn't quite have the purchase. And off hands, minor score for the Rams, so they've got a few points in this quarter.
5-4 plays 11-2 in favour of the Bridgewater-Callington Raiders as they bring the ball out half-back flank area. In the centre, taken by Isaac Bind, in turn gets to the sweep of Jaensch, who's been busy. Nick Jaensch, this is. Underground pass into
Jaemar.
Nasty bounce for Jaemar. Then they've got a Falcon. McGay, quick hands out here to the run of a teammate. Oh, it's a great delivery into Laddams. And precision play there by Nairne. Good work. As Jaemar starting to have a bit more influence on the game.
Need to capitalise here, though.
So Chris Laddams, who's kicked 2 out of the 5 goals so far registered for Nairne. In fact, they kicked the last goal. They kicked at the 5-minute mark. Now 12 and a half minutes gone. A chance to add to that. So left forward pocket, deep in the boundary. Sits on its way.
He's got it.
Looking kick, guys. Former Essendon player, why is he being a Bombers man? You'd be pretty happy with that conversion.
Yeah, well, would have been happy if he was playing for Essendon, not for Nairne today. But no, great play from Nairne. They're actually, as I said, they're pushing players behind the ball. And Jaemar, as you said, a couple of telling marks. He's starting to sort of float a kick behind. And so Bridgewater's finding it hard to sort of push past him. And if you have a look, they're hunting in numbers at the moment too, Nairne. So they're on top in this quarter.
So 6-4, still a bit of work to do as they trail the Raiders 11-2. 13 minutes gone, second quarter.
Interesting. In the middle, Jansen. Who else we got in there? Houlihan, Johnny McDonald. Also Moss in the middle for the Rams. Micah Rupcic. Meantime, shovel to handball out. Johnny McDonald kicks the ball from one step out towards Reece Jordan on half forward flank. Kick inside attacking 50. Makesy Wakefield. Hasn't got a goal this quarter. Kicked 3 in the opening. In fact, I think he kicked 4 in the opening quarter, and it's a free kick here for Moss for the Rams. So the Rams just starting to get a little bit of momentum here in the second term. They've kicked 3 goals in this quarter, and they've kicked 6 for the match. So out towards their half-forward line, and it looks like it will go out of bounds. I've just kept in, well done there. Nick Jaensch got a few touches in this second term, and eventually it goes out of bounds. So the Rams... 3 goals, picking it back. Oh, was it holding the ball?
Yeah,
okay, holding the ball. Will Fernhead dodges around his direct opponent. The Raiders speedster out towards Steve Smith. Moves the ball on quickly away from Moss. Kick inside attacking 50, bit of a grubber kick. Be collected by Nath Davey. Back pocket, he's under pressure here from 3 Raiders players. Arches the back. How far up? I'm not sure. Switches play out towards a teammate there. Intended was... it's a free kick again. Umpire Bark, free kick here for the Rams. Looks like it'll go to Micah Rupcic on the half-back flank. Right half-back flank. Callan Smith looking for the switch. That'd probably be a bit too dangerous. So Micah Rupcic goes towards centre half-back. Big Jaemar's starting to get a few touches in this quarter. At centre half-back takes the mark.
Drives it towards the centre half-forward position. Dyer, one-handed. Not going to mark it like that, son, as the ball comes to ground. Man working hard at ground level. Going in there solidly, a couple of Raiders, Billing in there as well, and in the end umpire Morrison will come and ball up. Bastin was the Rams player in there.
Yep.
So umpire, the bearded Trevor Morrison, sets it up. Rollins over the top. Dyer got the ball down, quick hands by McGay, sets up the chance here for the racehorse. Gamma trying to get on his left, goes backwards to another left footer in Nick Jaensch, curls around the boundary line. Will it stay in?
No,
he hasn't worked it enough, and it's out on the full. So Bridgewater will bring the ball back in from deep in defence. Looks like it'll be Josh Chender for the Raiders in the true back pocket position. So Raiders leading 11-2 to 6-4 after that dominant 9-goal 2 to 3-goal start. Ball comes down, a good defensive fist there. Ball comes to Dyer. Here's a chance. Goes back to Rupcic. He's set upon, manages to get the ball clear. In the meantime, it looked like he was infringed.
There's about 4 Raiders players around there. It looks like one of them's given away a free kick.
So Micah Rupcic taking the free kick.
Mitch Hines calling it for it deep.
Here's Nick Jaensch.
No, they're under him.
Play again, but they're riding up to this time the Raiders, and he's well covered as Rupcic goes short and finds Gamma, Hayden Gamma, as I said, the gourmet chef. So let's see what's cooking up forward this time for him.
Left footer, Wisey. Talk us through this one.
There's not much of a breeze, so if he aims a bit of left post, it should sail through. And he's gone the left point post. That's not going to help him.
It's gone to the line. Mitch Hine over the back. He's taking the mark.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Came from behind. 2 Raiders in front of him.
But the Raiders player's actually still got the ball in his hand, so...
Interesting.
Interesting decision, that one. He couldn't wrench it out of his hands because the Raider bloke still had the ball and he's paid the mark to the other guy. But
So
anyway,
he'll come on an angle.
see that one
here.
on footy flicks again. As Mitch Hine has got his head deep in the pocket.
Comes
He's going to
out.
try the banana. Tell you, unsuccessfully.
No.
Didn't go to the Jack Odie school, that's for sure. So 5th behind. They move along to 6 goal 5. Bridgewater-Callington 11 goal 2. So Nairne have done the majority of attacking for the second half this term as we've 16, 17 minute mark gone Wisey, but they just can't put the major score on the board.
They're not converting, and that can be costly towards the end of the game. But look, they're up forward and they've held control of the ball for most of this quarter, so it's a good sign for them.
Craig Evans kicks to himself, plays on. Goes to a partner in crime in Johnny McDonald, works the wing. Raiders player there against 4 Rams player, brings it to ground though. Oh, good tackle by the pros. Rams once again linking up well. Jaensch to Billings. Callan Smith for the Rams. 1 step out towards a teammate there. He'll take the mark. He goes up the line. Good movement here by the Rams, switching the play out towards a teammate in Jack Hourigan, Darcy's brother. Quick handballs to Billings. Got a few touches under pressure. Dumped to the ground there. Still, they got it though, the Rams. Hourigan kicks it towards centre half forward. Dyer out towards Hourigan. Good pressure though by the Raiders, holding the ball up at centre half forward for the Rams. So about 60 metres out from the Rams goal, kicking towards the Raiders change rooms in the second term. Jaensch wins it out, collected by Fernhead. Snap around the quarter for the Raiders, but it's coming back in here through Nick Jaensch for the Rams. Inside the forward pocket. Laces out Laddams, who takes a great overhead mark and wants 25 or 50 metre penalty for a bit of a push out. And he'll go back tight on the boundary line.
So
Left footer once again.
Fellow left footer here, Simon Wise, what would you suggest?
I'm actually a right footer pistol.
Are you?
Either side.
Oh, either.
It'd be either
Either.
side, wouldn't he, Wisey, back in the day?
I probably went on to the left too often. He sort of curled that last one back in on the outside of the boot, didn't he? So he probably aimed for that again. He's deep in the pocket.
So Laddams.
That's not a bad attempt.
No,
but,
that's missed as
just
well.
Wide, so minus score.
How many points did he get scored on Pistols?
Quite a
7?
few. They've actually kicked 6 points.
6 points.
This quarter. So 3 goals straight at quarter time now. They're 6 goal 6. So
they've kicked
as Simon
3 goals,
Wise said, if
6.
they'd made the majority of their conversions, they would have been right up there.
Exactly, that's the scoring end too. So we'll see how we go.
Here's another chance. It's running into the ball is...
Oh, number 43, he's missed.
43, but he's pulled it wide, so yet another behind. So 7 points for the quarter. 6 goal 7 trailing Bridgewater. 11 goal 2, and after Raiders
3-7 have kicked this term, is that right? Yeah. Towards the Raiders change room end. So Craig Evans with the kick in. Last time he brought it in, he kicked to himself and then found Johnny McDonald. Let's see what he does this time. Goes out towards the scoreboard halfback flank. It's taken by Connor Healy. Takes the mark. Moves the ball on quickly out towards Reece Jordan. He'll go up against the pros. Takes the mark right in front of the scoreboard. Could have been a 50 penalty if they're late hit. So Reece Jordan kicks it towards the half forward flank. He's got Willie Selwood by himself. The Raiders pushing back. They've got numbers here. He goes for goal though, Willie. And he loves it. And he's pulled his hamstring, has he?
I tell you what, he had to think
A little bit of a... Yeah, he's just having a chat to the Rams supporters.
That was sensational work. He had to figure out the celebrations even before he left the boot.
Very entertaining.
So a countering goal there, Bridgewater. Moves them on to 12-2.
Great mark by Connor Healy there. Setting that
Yeah,
up.
I was just going to say, we haven't seen a lot of Connor today.
No,
but,
no, he's
unobtrusive,
working his way-
he's done his bit down there.
Working his way back into the side, obviously, after injury. So, no, it's good to see him back.
So back in the centre, Jaensch.
That's the last thing you want to do is pull a hamstring after a celebration, but I think he'll be all right, Willie.
Well, in the shadows of half time, he'd want to get an half. It might be a bit embarrassing if he's got to hobble off after getting to the man crowd, you think, as the ball comes down. Ruchik, ball comes out to McDonald, he overruns it. Ruchik back in top of it, a bit of heavy body work in there
Free
from
kick.
Smith. And infringed on Ruchik, said umpire Morrison, so
Certainly made the most of their opportunities, haven't they, Wisey, the Raiders, compared to the Rams, obviously 3 goals 7 for the second term.
They had a similar sort of amount of inside 50s, but that's right, we converted.
So ball in the half forward zone for the Rams. Flick that here as the sun breaks through. Comes to McGay. McGay with quick hands once again out in the direction of Gamma. Oh, he had a bit of a fumble.
Need a goal
Tries to
here.
get the ball out here to a teammate who kills it back.
Yep, he's kicked it.
He has.
No,
he
missed it.
hasn't.
The umpire's just, I'm pretty sure that was a
The
goal.
umpire, Paul Thompson, I think that might be. So, yet another behind. 8 behind. So they move on to 6 goal 8.
Goodness.
And then Rams trading Bridgewater-Callington, who are on 12.
Healy again.
And 22 minutes gone. Second term.
So
Connor Healy certainly picking up touches, puts towards the scoreboard area, bouncing ball in front of the Golden Greek. Fatulis cleverly keeps it. Well played, Sammy Fatulis, but the boundary umpire was caught behind, ruled that it was over the line, so a bit unlucky there, Sammy Fatulis, but the ball to be thrown in here on the Wise wing on the outer side of the Callington ground. Rapscabber, Jaemar and Fatulis gets it down to Ruchik. Ruchik gives it to the bun man, Moss. James Moss, I know you love the bun man, Simon, as it's driven forward towards centre half forward, but dropping back and taking a mark there. Bomber. Bomber Lancaster, the big bomber, sweeps the ball out wide to Craig Evans. Evans in turn the wing area. It's got Will Fernhead, takes the ball right in front of the coach's box. Little chip pass for teammate. Oh, too high.
Two Rams went up. Ball hits the deck.
Ruchik,
Raiders are on.
Yeah, Ruchik and Moss collided there. Taken by Evans, who's run on, just delivers it to Searle.
I don't know if Willie looks all right.
Fumbles this time back the lines. He's under pressure. Gets it back here to Jaensch. They're going backwards to go forward. Finally to Nathan Davey, right in the back pocket. Drives them back out towards the clubhouse side. And the mark taken out there by Nick Bastian.
I think you're right, Goldie. He couldn't bend over to pick that up. I think he might have just tweaked a high hamstring after celebrating that goal.
So keep their eye on that Willie Searle. Because the big Rollins and Dyer. Class. Ruchik at ground level, working hard. Oh, good work there taken by Smith. Turn got the Rollins. Quick
Will Fernhead getting a few touches last few minutes.
Fernhead working into the game. Long kick towards half.
Fatulis!
Chance for Fatulis is up. Stayed on the ground after the big build-up as the ball's near the boundary line. Ball sweep there, taken by Binder.
He sensed we want him to get off the ground and he didn't do anything.
Yeah, build up, but he stayed at ground level. So Jeffrey Lyons, the veteran of the team, 38 years old, chips the ball to Craig Jaemar, takes the ball.
Got a few touches in this second term, Jaemar.
His 5th mark this quarter, I'm pretty sure.
So Jaemar out towards our commentary position, taken by the blonde bombshell.
Ice.
My boy Nathan Davey arches the back towards the wing area. Chance out here for Gamma, under good pressure there by Connor Healy. Well done, the big man gets out to Nicky Jansen. Good
that's gone.
Tackle by Gamma.
And that's gone.
Kick, paid to advantage there. No, umpire Morrison said it wasn't. And it'll come back to Gamma. Good persistence there by the racehorse and Gamma Goldie. He lost the ball.
Yeah, he's got a few touches in this second term.
Holding the ball.
Obviously, a lot of Rams have, but they haven't capitalised. 3 goals 7. Gamma kicks it towards the half-forward flank over the top of Connor Healy's taken there for the Rams inside attacking 50s. Kick collected by Nathan Fitzgerald. Back pocket goes towards Roland. Could have gone the 1-2.
Rather nonchalantly, the big man.
What's he doing? He's done that well towards Johnny McDonald. Eventually the Raiders work the ball out of the fence. It's out towards the wing now, collected by Fatulis, and he sees the ball out of bounds. So Roland's
poetry in motion there from Big Roland's Simon Wise.
selling candy and
like a baby giraffe, mate, staggering around a bit.
So the score pistols in the Courier Cup A-grade final from Callington Oval between the Rams and Raiders.
Yeah, 12-2 Bridgewater-Callington leading Nairne-Bremer 6 goal 8.
Oh, Will Fernhead. Great movement. Got around 2 Rams players. Kicks the ball inside 50. Let's see if Willie gets off the ground this time. Here's an opportunity. 1 on 3. Willie!
He's got another one.
I tell you what, there's plenty of entertainment at community grassroots football. And Willie Searle's turning on it.
He's doing a bit of Johnny Boris. He loves it.
And we've had the Willie, can he get the butterfly out?
He was up against 3 Nairne-Bremer players, and once again 2 Nairne-Bremer players went up for the mark, and once again it came out the back. So there's not much talk going on the Nairne-Bremer defence.
1 on 3.
So Willie Searle just taking over from Maxie Wakefield.
I think the string looks all
right. A bit quiet this quarter. Maxie kicking 4 in the first quarter, and now Willie has actually kicked 3.
His string's getting better every goal.
So he's kicked 4 for the game.
Saluting the heavens there with the double fister. He loves it.
He was looking up to the heavens. He's pretty happy about that.
So back in the centre up they go. Big Rollins wins the ball down. Ruchik gets it out to the run of James Moss.
There we go, right on.
But that's all she cries as the half-time siren sounds here. So it's the Bridgewater Raiders in pretty good control here at 12-2. We'll just check that scoreboard to
Tale of missed opportunities, Wisey, though, in that
Six,
second
eight.
quarter for the Rams. 3 goals, 8
They had
to
all the play.
the Raiders. What did they kick, Pistols?
3 straight.
3 straight,
I think
yeah.
we'll confirm it.
They had all the playing in, especially in that first sort of 10-15 minutes of that quarter. But Bridgewater, their credit, came back, and that goal just before half time was crucial.
So Willie Searle kicking all the 3 goals that Bridgewater kicked. As you said, 3 straight for the quarter, where Nairne had 11 scoring shots for 3 goal 8. Simon was to say
And I
bad
reckon
kicking, bad football.
Yeah, and I just reckon it's due to the fact that the Bridgewater forward line's been really open too. It's been 1-on-2, 1-on-1, 1-on-3, but he's had plenty of sort of space to work around. So that's probably helped his 3 goals in that quarter.
All right, it's half-time break here at Callington Oval, the Courier Cup final.
Who
Round
you-
13
just
Division
quickly,
2
was he
Hills
back in the
Football League
day?
action between Bridgewater-Callington and Nairne-Bremer.
Just quickly, we'll chuck a tune on here for you. During the footy days, what was your favourite pump-up song? Or what do you like listening to before a match back in the day?
Tell you what, a bit of AC/DC always got me
Oh,
going.
I'll
We'll
see
see
what
if we
we
can
can,
slip that one.
See what we pull out of the bag here for you during half-time. As I said, half-time here. It's Bridgewater-Callington 12-2. Well in charge against Nairne-Bremer 6-8. We'll be back shortly to see what the Rams can do in the second half to avert a Courier Cup loss. This is Hills Radio 88.9 FM, your community sporting voice.
That was entertaining, Willie Searle. That was gold.
Yes, you're on 88.9 FM down here at Callington Oval, and we're just about to see if Nairne-Bremer can make a jailbreak from the half-time scores. They trail 6-8 to 12-3. Second half underway here. Ball taken out to centre by Bridgewater, driven forward out there by Isaac Rutrick. Dispossessed there. James Mostyn there working hard. Ball comes back there to Callan Smith round the corner. Ball kicked forward for the Rams, but into the safe hands of Stephen Smith. So Bridgewater already repelling. Tips the ball forward, taken by Will Fernand. Been very handy in the first half. Drives the ball forward. Good defensive mark taken there by Nathan Davey. Wastes no time. Drives the Rams further afield. Slipping over there in the contest. Allows Connor Healy to come. Got the ball to Fielding. Fielding with a high kick towards the change room. Then Sam Dyer looks like he's been moved into defence at the start of this half, boys. As I'm joined by Benny Goldfinch and also Simon Wise. First score on the board. It's a minor one to Bridgewater, and they move on to 12 goal 4 to 6-8, 32 point margin in the first minute of the second half.
Wisey, what's the word from the club rooms?
Well, it's everyone's keeping their fluids up, that's for sure. So, but no, the boys are pretty happy. Weren't happy with the second quarter though. A lot of people were a bit disappointed with the way the Raiders performed in that quarter. But we move on.
Boys, just a couple of other half-time scores. Onka Valley 10-10 leading Lobethal 1 goal 2. And over at Achunga 5-6 leading Mount Lofty 5-4. So a good struggle on there at the moment.
Okay, looks like free kick here for the Raiders. And opportunity here. Johnny McDonald running around the back of the pack.
So
He's been tagged.
So here's a chance for
Will Miller it was.
Will Miller. Off hands, minus score. First shot of the second half. And it's the Raiders on the board to start us in the second quarter, Pistols.
Yeah, they've kicked 2 behinds from the first 2 sorties, as we said, so they're moving on to 12-5 to 6-8. So 33 point margin at this stage of the game. So Simon Wise, I suppose, Coach Ryan Nelson wouldn't be one to sit on his laurels. He'd just keep telling the boys just pushing away.
Exactly right. He'd want probably a bit more forward pressure. The ball was coming out a bit too easy as well. So
Ball comes out here, landed the Giants.
Ooh.
Little Lepetri up against big rollers, but the big fella didn't came off second best there as he landed pretty heavily. I tell you what, Wise, he hasn't moved too much.
Is
And
he
up
out
by
cold?
T-Bar,
he's landed right in his coccyx, I think. And
I think he did land on his back. Yeah, it's
not good.
so
Not
a
good.
few teammates concerned for the big man. As I said, he took a pretty heavy fall there onto his back.
Just making
David
sure
and
the mouth,
Goliath as Lepetri and the
get
Rams
the mouth
captain.
guard out.
And yeah, Rollins looking good as the training staff get out there, so hopefully he's all right. As we said, just repeating half time, Onka Valley 10-10, Lobethal 1-2, and Achunga 5-6 to 5-4. Here at Callington it was 12-3 to 6-8, And in the second term, over the first 3 minutes, Bridgewater have added 2 extra points, so they're now 12-5 to 6-8, as thankfully Big Rollins has taken his feet.
He stumbled from the ground. We'll see how, if he takes any further part in the match. They'll do
Fatulis might have to
appropriate
assume
test,
that
obviously.
Yeah, Fatulis into the ruck now, so
here's a chance right in the middle of the ground, basically, or centre wing. And umpire Bar will throw the ball up. We'll just have a look at some matchups here to start us in the third term. Looks like Laddams has still got the job. Lancaster's still got the job on Laddams. Meantime, the Rams from the clearing kick up towards Mitch Hine. He's opposed to Will Healy. Izzy Rukcic, quick hands out towards, well, Micah or Elijah. It's eventually taken by Micah. He kicks the ball inside, attacking 50. 1-on-1 Laddams. Couldn't quite take the one-hander. And it's gone off-hand by the score.
Push off and tried to try the one-hander, but didn't work.
He loves those situations.
So Johnny McDonald doing the kicking in duties. The Raiders captain goes out towards the hospitality tent side. A big fly there from Fatulis. Couldn't take the ball. He gets assistance there from Houlihan. Sells a bit of candy. And in the meantime gets a swimming handball to Smith.
Oh, almost gone.
Oh, mucking around here, the Raiders. It's a corner here. Rubchik.
Rams are up for
Lyons. Lyons finds into the corridor. Laddams and Lancaster. Lancaster goes to the ground with the ball under him. Umpire Bayer assessing, did he get it? It comes out into Hayden Smith, who's been very good this afternoon. Drives the ball out in front of the hospitality tent. Sliding chance taken by Houlihan at ground level. Stack on the mill, and finally the ball out of bounds right in front of the hospitality tent. And no doubt a few expert comments said during the half-time break. Assessment of how the game's going, Simon?
yes, a few of the old lads are there, Shane McDonald and a few of the other boys.
The 30-year anniversary Courier Cup victory in 1987 for the Raiders. Can they win back-to-back one here this afternoon?
Moss
the ball comes out
collects
here to James
the ball.
Moss.
Out towards Izzy Rukcic. Oh, good spoil by Will Fender. Fernhead cuts him off. And good second effort by Fernhead, wrapping up Izzy Rukcic. Healy goes towards Fernhead. What's the umpire picked here? It's gone to Izzy Rukcic. Okay.
Threw the ball out. I don't know about that. But Izzy Rukcic is called by Goldie. Good persistence. Handballs off the Jaensch. The kick man goes long.
Who's down there? 1-on-1. Off hands. Laddams. Snap goal.
He said, don't worry, you dropped the mark. I'll snap the goal. Great play by the former North Adelaide, Essendon and Crows superstar. And, well, that's his 4th for the afternoon. It's actually moved into 61 for the year, Goldie.
Opportunist there, Wisey, off hands. And, I'm not sure what the decision was for here. It was good effort by Will Fernhead.
Yeah, I thought he was holding the ball in the first instance, actually. And then it was called play on and straight away paid the second one. But that's how it goes. But, you don't want to give Adams too much opportunity because that's what he does. He'll snap him from anywhere.
I think the opposition to get a wake up too early time. Nick Jaensch is lurking around a man with the ball who's taken a kick. You get on him because obviously he's a designated go-to man and gets that running kick.
It's like the Eberts for your Adler.
He's done Absolutely. He's done it all day, and I'm surprised they haven't actually woken up to that.
So back in the middle, Jaemar up against Fatulis with Rollins off the ground. Houlihan clearing kick out of the middle towards Maxi Wakefield. Kicked 4 in the opening quarter, goalless in the second. Davey is opposed to him. He's tight on the boundary, goes towards Dyer. As Pistol said, he's gone into defence. Out towards Nick Jaensch for the Rams. Gamma slipped over, could be dangerous. McDonald kicks towards centre forwards, taken by Steve Smith. So the Raiders, after they appeared to be on the back foot there with the Rams looking to clear, Steve Smith goes out towards Houlihan. It's gone out towards the boundary line, collected by Nick Jaensch, who sees the ball out of bounds, diving towards the boundary line.
So 6.5 minutes gone. It's the Raiders in charge. So they leave 12 goal 5 to 7 goal 9.
Correct. So the ball half forward flank for the Raiders, but it comes out once again to the Rams. In the middle of the ground, Elijah Rukcic kicks it into the middle of the ground. It's taken by Nathan Fitzgerald for the Raiders. A few touches in that second term. Out towards Will Healy. He kicks it out towards the wing. Well done. Position there by Steve Smith. Quick handballs over the top to Craig Evans. Has a bounce. Over the top once again to Maxi Wakefield for goal number 5.
He's drilled it.
And he drills it. So Maxi Wakefield, 5 goals for the match. 4 in that opening quarter. And he kicks the Raiders first for the third term. And they go to 13 goals. 6 is it, Pistol? 13 goals 5. And the Rams, 1 goal 1 for this quarter, and they go to 7 goals 9.
Good rebound there, Simon Wise, started by Will Healy, who, as you said, perhaps on the end of the rough end of the pineapple of that umpiring decision, but certainly made up for that and just set up the run down the field.
Exactly, mate. And slick ball movement all the way down through and quick hands. And quick ball movement will always give you space, and that's the end result. All clear.
So it'd be Jamar. Okay, Jamar. Looks like he might be up against...
Rollins is still off the ground.
In the absence of Rollins, as Goldie said, James Moss works hard for Nairne, gets it to McGay. McGay in turn gets it back to teammate who's wrapped up. Battling through there is Houlihan. Oh, good work by the youngster. Got out to Fatulis. The Golden Greek chips out towards the run.
Nate Davey, it's a good match.
Nathan Davey looks like Usain Bolt there, but the blonde hair gets the ball out there, taken by LePetri. He's wrapped up by a couple of Raiders. Oh, it's a little bit handy work there by Connor Healy, I think it was. But his ball goes back and taken by Callum Smith. So Callum Smith switches ball across to Jared DePrez. DePrez got a teammate here in the wing. Nicky J under the box seat.
Will Fernhead over the top
Will Fernhead taps it back in the direction of Johnny McDonald. Well played, young man. In turn it comes back here to Nicky J. Nicky J further afield over the head of Golding. Chance there for Rex Jordan.
Callan Smith.
Up there by Callan Smith. Back here to McGay. Oh, great pace in there by Houlihan. Grabbed the ball, went to ground. Unfortunately comes to Golding. Could have been tackled high, but no, he's forced over the boundary line. And the boundary umpire will recommence play.
So the boundary throw-in about 50 metres out here from the Raiders' goal. Goal scorer so far this term for them is Maxi Wakefield with his 5th for the match. Quick hands out though from Moss for the Rams, out towards the wing. Jamar spoils the ball towards centre half backs, collected by Hayden Smith though. He kicks the ball inside attacking 50. Great vision. And an opportunity here for Craig Evans to kick his first. And the Raiders 14th.
Good work there by Smith. Wise, he looked like he's an Australian ninja the way he just bounced off all the obstacles there and just threaded it through.
50-metre penalty.
Oh, there you go. He arched his back well there, Pistols, and that gave him enough time to steady and deliver to Evans, but now Evans going to be kicking from point-blank range.
So Craig Evans, he could kick it with his right foot.
No wonder it's even on the line.
So so Craig Evans, a walk-up start for a goal there. So it just keeps that momentum going for the Raiders. Not that they need it, as they move along now to 14-5, leading Nairne-Bremer 7-9. So they just can't bridge back that margin. It was 38 points at quarter time. Importantly, at half time 31 points, and now they've stretched it back out. So you think the Raiders on their way to the second consecutive Courier Cup victory, but more importantly it just pegs back the Raiders' advantage in the race for the minor premiership here in round 13, so that all invaluable first week of the finals off.
So in the middle, Rollins back into the rut, which is good to see. He's up against Jamar. Clearing click by Stephen Smith for the Raiders out towards the half-forward flank. Nathan Davey leads the race against Wakefield, out of bounds, 60 metres out from goal. Raiders kicking towards the change room end in this third term. And there'll be a boundary throw-in just around from the Rams interchange bench. 3 goals, 8 in that second term, the Rams. Certainly on the back foot in the Courier Cup final. Styles holding the ball, okay. So it'll be a free kick here for the Rams, going to Sam Dyer.
Rare touch for him this afternoon, Goldie.
Yep, started forward, now he's in defence. Goes to Nick Jaensch, designated kicker. Left footer for the Rams, out towards Rollins, backing back with courage. Offhand, so it's taken by LePetri, went one way then the other. Short pass finds Ryan McGay. He's looking for options in attack. He's got Isaac Binder down there. Goes shorter and finds James Moss. So James Moss for the Rams, switches play out towards Gamma on his left boot. He'll kick inside attacking 50 and finds Laddams. Oh, I'm not sure if that's a free kick for either player. It's just play on. Collected by Johnny McDonald, last line, and rushes the ball out for through for a minor score.
Actually, Laddams used his body to offset Bomber Lancaster, but he actually came off second best as the umpire called play on, and they both went to ground. So he might have hurt himself, Laddams, in that little engagement. As the ball comes out into Craig Evans, the experience gives it right in front of our commentary box to Will Fernhead. Does a bit of shimmy work back. Past young Rupchik, then gets on his right foot, drives it further afield off the hands of Callum Smith. Oh, Rexy Jordan, he's taking the ground, a good tackle, holding the ball, says umpire Morrison. So promising attack there for the Raiders, just cut off there momentarily, and Callum Smith to take the relieving free kick, just on the edge of the centre square, half-back flank area, looking for options upfield. Decides to go short, gave a target for Rupchik. coming through is Fernhead. Fernhead quick hands to Evans. He runs past it. Ball being flicked around, comes to LaPetri. The skipper gets it out here to his teammate. He's set upon. Coming through once again is Nicky Jaensch. Goes out to Fernhead. He's picking up the touches here, the young man. That handball's a bit of straight bundled over the boundary line, right down from the scoreboard, which reads Bridgewater-Callington, 14 goals 5, leaving Nairne-Bremer 7 goal 10.
Boundary throw in centre wing on the scoreboard side of the ground. Short throw in, Houlihan for the Raiders, goes to Fernhead. Raked up the touch so far. Johnny McDonald with his left boot for the Raiders, goes towards half forward flank. Number of Rams went up at ground level. Who's there? And it'll be a stoppage. About 50 metres out now from the Raiders' goal. Kick towards the club room end. So Raiders, Maxi Wakefield's kicked 5 goals, 1 in this term, 4 in the first. Houlihan against 4 Rams. Handballs out to Smith. Wakefield for number 6. Gee whiz. 4 Rams players there on 1, and they just managed to get the handball out still, and Wakefield in the waiting kicks the goal, was he?
Once again, quick hands from the Raiders has set that goal up. They're very good at drawing a player and then giving the quick handball, and that set Wakefield up for his 6th.
Would you class him as a key forward, Simon? Because I'm going to say Willie Searles kicked 4.
Well, Searles obviously the key forward.
And another guy, Wakefield kicking 6, so I was going to say 10 goals out of your 2 key forwards. That's pretty handy afternoon's work already. We're only 12 minutes in the third quarter.
He is, but he's good in the air as well. He plays like a big forward, but he's not an overly big fella. But,
I'll tell you what, he's having something big. That's a big day. 6 goals.
And the thing is, he kicks 6 and then goes into the midfield. It's the ultimate package.
Talking a big man, Roland's back on the ground. Good to see. This ball comes out again. Wakefield involved that play already. Gets it out to Smith. Kicks the ball under pressure. Good pick up by young Houlihan. Good shimmy work as he got past the opponent there and Billing. They're starting to really hit their straps here, the Raiders. Ball down to Pros, working desperately in defence.
Willie.
Ball to an opponent in Searle. He kills it round. I tell you what, he's almost got the copper out. Killed it back nicely. Willie Searle, goal number 5. And the Rams are starting to look a little bit ramshackle here, pardon the pun, as we come up the 12 and a half minute mark. And Bridgewater-Callington 4 goal 2 this quarter to 1 goal 2, and they streak away. Let's say
Johnny McDonald just having a bit of a rest. Oh no, he's eventually got up, just got a bit of cramp, Johnny.
Like you said before, Goldie, great shepherd by Will Fernhead then to set up a bit of space for Houlihan, but great little shimmy from Houlihan too. So the young brigade at Bridgewater turning it on.
So it's now 16-5 to 7-10. So, that even Nostradamus would give any hope here, I don't think, for the Rams. As Bridgewater just going further and further ahead, looking the better side as they have had all day since the opening bounce. Even though Nairn kicked the first goal of the game through Laddams, Bridgewater since then have been in good control, working the ball once again forward. Good tackle there by Nairn applied, and the umpire will come in and ball it up. Good work there by James Moss.
So in the middle of the ground, second throw up in a number of seconds basically. Roland's good to see him back on the ground, and a stoppage. So having a look at some matchups, looks like forward line, as I said, Laddam's still on Lancaster. Is that Jamar? He's gone forward, is it? Yep, he's gone forward.
Yep.
He's on
Sam Witt.
So, meantime, ball just in front of the Raiders interchange bench, paddling towards the boundary line, collected by Gamma. Well done. Quick hands ball to Moss for the Rams. Kicks it towards centre half forward. Who's there? Good spoil by Fitzgerald for the Raiders. Back out towards the wing, collected by McGay. Kick inside attacking 50 from Gamma, backing back with courage. There was Will Healy. Raiders once again clearing the ball through Will Fernhead. Out towards Smith, that was Hayden Smith. Towards the boundary line was Will Healy, and it's collected here. Good mark by Rollins. Short pass. Take your pick. That's taken by Steve Smith. In the middle of the ground, McDonald.
Space on the outside here.
He's got a teammate running for him in Josh Chender if he wants to use him. So he's got a couple of Raiders here against Billings. Billings did that well. So high got the chutney, but wins a free kick against Sam Witt on the wing. So Billings, short pass. Was a half forward flank. Up goes Mitchy Hine, went up with 1 nip. Collected by Fitzgerald to Johnny McDonald. Quickly kicks the ball round the corner. Once again, Billings is running back there.
No
Dropped
talk.
mark by Callan Smith. No talk. It's gone out of bounds.
Absolutely. Very poor passage of play, that one.
That's happened a few times
Undecision,
today.
Billing didn't know, there's no voice in there. Smith got it and he fumbled it.
All we need to hear is you're right.
That's a
was it.
sign not playing confidently, a Simon, I'd suggest.
No, that's right. You need voice out there, that's for sure.
Ruckcott Binder, was he held by Fatulis? Ball comes down, taken there by
Elijah Rupchich to Nick
Got the
Jaensch.
run of Nick Jaensch. Once again, that booming left foot inside the 50 metre towards Ludham's territory, one-handed. I try again. I tried to get the ball away. Well done by Lancaster, wearing him like a cheat. Oh, umpire, bit unlucky to Lancaster as he pleads his case, but umpire bar won't change it. But really, bit unlucky there, Simon Wise.
Yeah, it's sort of, they were both holding on to each other as the ball came in.
And
just
the ball
what it
actually
played.
moved out of the contest. But anyway, Chris Laddams, who's been a bit of a shining light up there today,
Made most of his opportunities, I
kicked
suppose.
4 goals, yes, 4 out of their meagre total was 7, so he's done his work.
Just manages to continue to kick goals. He's kicked 62 now for the year. 62 for the season. So he's his chances of winning the goal kicking award alongside Mumford for Gumaraka. And that's an all-important goal for the Rams, but they still trail quite comprehensively. Pistols, 8 goals, 10 now.
8-10 to 16-5. So plenty of work, as Goldie suggested, for the Rams. Even to salvage perhaps a honourable loss here.
In the middle looks like Craig Evans, Houlihan. Roland still in the ruck. Looks like Johnny McDonald. For the Rams we've got Michael Rupchich, Jamar in ruck, Moss, and really need to get, well, quite a few more goals before three-quarter time, the Rams. Michael
Done some damage, I
Rupchich,
think.
he's pulled a hamstring or shin?
No, he's got one fair in the shin.
Yeah, it's always nasty. So Michael Rupchich looks like he'll hobble from the ground for the Rams. Their gun midfielder who played interleague at this ground. Might be a...
He might need some of that magic spray that Willie Searle got hold of, boys.
Limping to the interchange bench in the hands of the trainers there is Micah. Meantime, second time running. Here we go in the middle of the ground. Trying to collect the ball there was Will Fernhead. Did well. Just got away from about 4 Rams players. Managed to extract that one. Out towards the half forward flank. Wakefield up against Davey. Davey handballs out towards McGay. Quick hands to Nick Jaensch, left footer for the Rams. Goes up the wing to Jeff Lyons. Backing back with courage there. Boundary line, Fitzgerald for the Raiders. Quick hands to Connor Healy. Once again, the Houlihan. Socket out of bounds on the full
Nick Jaensch.
by Jaensch. So
Clever
it'll be a
work there
free
by
kick for the Raiders.
Houlihan. Wisey, the old underground handball. Deliberate
Bit
pull.
of tunnel ball there.
And
Will.
Will
Well done.
Fernhead. That was brilliant before.
He's fantastic. His second efforts have been really good today.
Yeah, as I said, he's been a great acquisition. How he couldn't get a more senior game at all. 'Cause
I
he's
don't
got me a
know
bit
how
worried.
that happens.
But anyway, ball driven back down Sammy Dyer. Once again up with the one hand. You won't win too many of them. This ball comes to ground. Fighting hard over it there is Rex Jordan for the Raiders as the ball's on the ground, and umpire Morrison will come and ball it up. She's just short of the centre half forward position for the Raiders. They're kicking towards the Callington town end in this third quarter.
Nice open forward line for Bridgewater here. So if a quick kick comes out,
Houlihan, third man up in the ruck. Fists the ball towards the forward line. Coming through with Willie Searle. I says, I want the goal, says Willie.
I tell you, ooh.
Charging out of the forward line there, Big Willie.
DePro's just having a bad day as he went to ground, and Willie never sensational goal, but only the minor score. So Nick Jaensch, it looks like, will be bringing the ball back in as conditions get a little bit overcast here, boys.
Yeah.
The sun has finally gone from Callington.
it's cooled down a bit, that's for sure.
Nick Jaensch, kick out. Goes towards the halfback flank. Finds Hayden Gamma. Left footer. So Gamma. Stop-start footy here for the Rams. Eventually taking his time. We'll probably kick towards the Nairne interchange bench. That's where he goes, up towards the wing. Pack forms, ball hits the deck, coming out with Billings. Handball out towards a teammate there in Bastion. But it's coming back into the Raiders forward line. Davey up against Wakefield again. Davey works that one towards the boundary line. 45 metres out from the Raiders goal towards the change room end in the third term, and they've certainly got the upper hand in the Courier Cup final.
19 minutes gone. Boundary umpire brings it back. Dyer This time with one hand he reaches effectively as he won the tap down.
Good pressure by the
Or
Raiders.
Bastian going in there. He's met hard by Rexy Jordan, I think, with a big tackle. Bit of man love there as he brought him to the ground. And there'll be a resultant ball up.
Jordan's been good up forward. His pressure up there has been excellent.
Absolutely, his physical pressure. He's a big lad as he wins this ruck contest down once again. Close to the boundary line. Picked up there by the Raiders, driven further afield. But I tell you what,
Free kick
it's
again.
a free kick.
For the Raiders.
I was going to say, it looked like it almost went through for a goal, but in the meantime, umpire Morrison had blown the whistle, so the ball will come back as the boys said a free kick. Just trying to work out who's the recipient.
Is it Will? No. So we'll just take stock here. Pistols, how many goals the Raiders kicked
Connor
in?
Healy, possibly?
Yep.
I think
Raiders
Connor
kicked
Healy.
4 goals, correct? 4 goals, 3 to
4-3
the Rams,
to
2-2
2,
in this second.
So
third
Connor
term.
Healy, left footer right next to the Nairne, the coach's box. I know that Coach Tony Filkey from the opposition to give him a
right
bit of
footer.
advice. So Connor Healy played his 100th game for the club recently.
That was Liam Healy.
Sorry, Liam Healy puts it down across the face. DeProse hacks it towards the boundary line. Ball kept in play by Morse. Brings the ball across the face. Out here to LaPetri, the skipper. He's been working hard for his side this afternoon. Tips it further afield. Looks like it's over Richard. Gives it a run of Nathan Davey. Arches the back, kicks towards the wing. Out there and finds Josh Hine well up from his centre half forward position. Hine, not a lot on offer. Decides to go long to the lead of Laddams in front of the hospitality tent. Takes a good mark out in front of Michael Lancaster. Laddams will waste no time when he's
Billings is running.
puts it further forward towards the corridor. Billings there. He's got 2 to beat, 3 to beat in fact. And well, stack of numbers weighs up against him and forced across the line by Sammy Wick defensively. So there'll be a throw in the left forward pocket towards the railway end. Bridgewater-Callington well in charge, 16 goal 6, leading Nairne 8 goal 10.
Boundary throw-in inside attacking 50 for the Rams. Could have been legged there, LaPetri by Lancaster, and it's a free kick. So we'll go to LaPetri, the skipper will kick from 40 metres out, basically directly in front for an opportunity for the Raiders' 3rd for the term and his 17th for the season. Oh, don't tell me again. He's gone quick handball to Jaensch, but that time it's smothered.
Big rollers.
Jansen for the Raiders trying to clear the ball. Lancaster, his handball's ricocheted. Rupcic goes towards the designated kicker into the forward pocket and it's gone out of bounds in front of Will Fernhead.
You get caught out by that Ploido Wisey if he's run forward yet. In that situation, it was smothered by Rollins. If there's a turnover, his man's back defence, unmanned.
Exactly right, and I still can't believe they've woken up to that.
So it's inside attacking 50 here for the Rams. Evans got the handball from Fernhead. High ball. Wakefield will go for it. Ball hits the deck. The Rams through Micah Rupcic.
We've got numbers here.
He's got Jaensch inside. Goes to him. It's a bit of a grubber. Ball hits the deck. So it'll be a stoppage 45 metres out from the Rams goal. And the ruckman for this one will be Rollins once again against J-Mark. Ground level got Wakefield in there. Also Michael Rupcic. McGay's wrapped up in a tackle by Jansen.
And then they've got a lot of players behind the ball here. Look for the slick handball out the back.
23 minutes gone in the 3rd term.
Maxie Wakefield locked up in a tackle. Ball goes to the ground. LaPetri over the top of him. Also Bastian. So umpire Barr will come and ball up inside the 50-metre arc. Can Nairne get something out of this just before the 3/4 time? Rupcic back to Moss. Moss finds himself a little bit of space. A measured kick towards the pocket, towards the leader Jeffrey Lyons. Got his hands to it. We'll get a stat here, boys, as the ball comes in to the studio outside broadcast. But
Bob got his first stat there, Pistol.
that's right, yeah. Good knock on by Bob. It was rugby league. Might have been a forward pass, so anyway, the boundary throw-in will result right in front of us as ruck out of Rollins and Jamar. Jamar just uses his body, eases the ball forward. Oh, going in hard there was Rupcic. Taken hard. Oh, I didn't like the attention he got, but from Witt. But he's drawn a free kick, so is he Rupcic?
Again, lurking out the back here for the handball. No.
He looks at him and says, go get your own.
He was running onto his...
Now he's coming back onto his left.
So, Isaac Rupcic drives it forward. 2 big Raiders back there, and Big Rollins just sticks up the Dukes and takes
Bit
the
of a poor
mark.
kick there.
So he'll relieve the pressure, some 20 metres out from Nairne's goal. Chips it across to Johnny McDonald, the midfield skipper, who's dropped right down the back pocket. Feints the play on. Decides goes by hand. This time to Houlihan. He's got support out wide by Connor Healy. Just arches well. He's grabbed as he ran away, but good enough, strong enough to break away. Kicks towards the wing area. Good contest out there. Grabbed by Healy. Was he taken high? Yes,
He was.
So Liam Healy, free kick on the wing area for Bridgewater.
Liam Healy, quick handballs off to Craig Evans. Wanted to get onto his left, goes to the handball over the top to Liam Healy. One step kick inside attacking 50. Willie's down there against the pros. Willie gathers it. No, I thought he was going to have an opportunity tight on the boundary line.
How many has he kicked today, Willie?
4.
That's 5.
5?
Yep.
There you go.
Willie's
Handful.
kicked 5 and Wakefield's kicked 6. So boundary throw in, 35 metres out from the Raiders' goal. 25 minutes gone, so can't be that much longer left in the third term. Raiders have got this one fairly well locked away. Davey ducked the chutney. In fact, it's a free kick for High, so he'll get a free kick into defensive 50 for the Rams.
There's been a lot of that today, isn't there?
Yep.
People ducking and getting free kicks.
McGay switches play dangerously out towards Fernhead. I reckon put this one down. He arches the back, strolls in and kicks the goal.
Super footy.
Chan, that's just a brilliant individual effort. Simon, boys, take us through that.
He went out wide, he ducked in, he actually sold a bit of candy, ran around his opponent and drilled it from about 30 out on a pretty tight angle actually. So well done by Will.
He's right up there in the
Tell you what, he would be
MVP.
right up there. I know some others have kicked a lot of goals, but gee, he's had a number of those creative possessions in midfield, which has helped push the ball up there. So Will Fernhead, well done as he puts the 5th on the board for this quarter. As they move, Bridgewater Raiders move to 17 goal 6, leading Nairne-Bremer 8 goal 10. And as Goldie said, 25 minutes gone third quarter, so he suggests 3-quarter time. Not too far away at all.
So Rollins up against Jaensch. Houlihan's in there. Also Johnny McDonald, Jansen for the Raiders. For the Rams we've got Moss, McGay, and also looks like Michael Rupchich back into the middle after he hobbled away in this term. Free kick for Moss for the Rams. Towards the ball. Towards the half-forward flank will be Mitch Hine up against direct opponent there, and Will Healy, and Healy did that well, punched the ball out of bounds. So 45 metres out from the Rams' goal. Laddam's kicked 5. But down the other end, Wakefield's kicked 6, and Big Willie's kicked 5, including a few celebrations.
So boundary thrown, Mitch Hine over the top, but Roland's got the ball down as the siren goes for 3-quarter time. So no addition to the score as Bridgewater carry into 3-quarter time, a 17 goal 6 to 8 goal 10 advantage, boys. And just the the Raiders kicked their first couple of goals in the quarter. Sorry, the Rams are giving a bit of hope, but then Bridgewater just countering them at the end of the day. They kicked 5 goals to 2 for that too.
Max Wakefield kicking a couple, Craig Evans kicking 1, Willie Sell kicking 1, and Will Fernhead with one of the goals of the day just before 3-quarter time.
And as we go around the ground, 3-quarter time, Achunga 9-9 lead Mount Lofty 8-5, and Olga Valley 16-13. Well in charge over Loberthal 2 goal 4. As we start the last quarter at Callington with Benny Goldfish.
So Rollins against Jaensch in the ruck. Johnny McDonald, first clearing kick to start us in the 4th quarter. Goes towards centre half forward. Fatulis gathers the ball. Handballs inside the centre square. The Rams should clear here through Elijah Rupchich. Goes towards the half forward flank. Opportunity here. It's collected by Nathan Fitzgerald for the Raiders. Out towards the boundary line against Gamma. Did that well towards Connor Healy. So Nick Jansen for the Raiders in the defensive 50. Switches play out to Craig Evans. He adds a bounce with Jaensch approaching. Goes towards the half forward flank. Good kick. Finds Fielding. Chest mark against 2 Rams players. Fielding quickly back off his mark. Looking for options inside attacking 50. He's got Wakefield deep. He's also got Big Willie, who's down there. Wakefield went up, hit the ball, hit the deck. Davey trying to go for the free kick. Sock it out of defensive 50 from the Rams. Fielding. Back towards Evans. Back to Fielding. Tight on the boundary line, 1-on-1 contest for Tulis up against Dyer, off hands, Wakefield.
He's got it. He's got it. That's a goal.
He's kicking them all. Number 7 for Max. Let's
Well,
talk us through that one, Wisey.
Let's take it to the max, boys.
I'll tell you. The way he's going, he
Showtime.
might kick the double figures, but that was well done. He just
There's
waited
that
out the
soccer
back.
skill coming into it.
That's it. But good play by Craig Evans with the quick handball on the half forward line there. That settled that up.
So Maxie Wakefield, as Goldie said, having a die out. His 7th goal for the match. which gives him Beck's number 40 for the season. So half century of goals out of Simon Wise.
And how many has Willie kicked for the year?
Willie has kicked 5, so he's got 46 for the season.
It's not a bad shoe over there.
A couple of always good to have guys kicking goals up forward. And well, Maxie Wakefield has done it all today, hasn't he?
Mm.
So back in the centre, umpire Morrison just opens the margin. 56-point lead to the Raiders here. Can they really ram this home now and give the Rams something to think about?
Well, they've certainly given them something to think about.
In terms of the big game towards the end of the season.
That's for sure.
Ball comes out here to Evans. Evans out here to Smith.
Right.
Smith to the run of Smith again. Oh, he's wrapped up in a tackle. Hayden Smith goes to ground. Big J-Mark, good work at ground level. Got McGay to the run of the bun man Moss. James Moss drives him in 50 metre. Oh, good pick up there by Gamma, the racehorse. Chips towards that danger man Laddams, and I tell you what, he's been a shining light up there. He's kicked 5 for the afternoon. As I said, they've only kicked 8. So
only a handful of touches, but certainly makes the most of when he gets a chance.
Chris Laddams this time, similar to where a couple of goals were kicked earlier in the afternoon.
Number 6.
From there.
So Chris Laddams, as we know, left foot, dead-eye Dick.
12's to nut around a little bit.
Kicks it towards the change room end.
You'd love him for a shot after the siren, that's for sure.
Well, he's certainly earned his kick this afternoon. Chris Laddams, in fact, he's kicked the only scores of the second half, boys. 3 goals, and the ball comes through the agency of Laddams as they move along to 9-10, trailing the Raiders 18 goals 6.
The side of the quality player in it, left footer kicking from that side of the ground. They normally curl them in from the other pocket, but he's curling them in from more or less the opposite pocket. So he's kicked extremely well today. Has he kicked any points? Maybe one.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah,
so comments there from pseudo left footer Simon Wise.
Both sides.
That's the box back in the centre here. And it'll be J-Mar and Rollins as they've done all afternoon. Goldie going for it.
Except for a little period when Rollins was off the ground after the head clash, but good to see him back on the ground. McDonald, free kick, high, against Ryan McGay, 2 male medalists from the past 2 seasons.
Good battle that.
McDonald dodges around McGay, arches the back, kick inside attacking 50. Willie, that'll stretch the hamstring, tight in the boundary line. Collects the ball inboard to Craig Evans. He'll wheel around on the left hand towards Reece Jordan. He's got to get it off quickly. No, he fends off towards the Smith. Goes and gets it himself, big Reece Jordan. Short pass, gone about 10 metres out to Fernhead. Dodging around a couple of Rams and vision finds Craig Evans.
Yeah, young fella, good visions, a good call by Craig Evans. As you said, he picked the ball up. Had a few players around in Fernhead, but didn't panic and just lifted the eyes and said, I'll make advantage of this. And now Craig Evans right in front of us. Almost looking over his shoulder here, Simon Wise, so take us through this one.
Another expert left footer.
It's a perfect spot for him to kick from. As he comes in.
Kicked last year's winner for the grand final.
And he slots it.
Loves it.
And he's kicked one of the winners of the Courier Cup final this year, Goldie.
That's it.
So Craig Evans' first goal of the afternoon as Bridgewater move along to 19 goals 6. Leading Nairne-Bremer 9-10. So
Wisey
going from strength to strength here, the Raiders, Simon
They
Wise.
certainly are. Good vision from once again.
Sensational vision.
He's just he's really turning it on today, and good work from once again from the big fella Rexy Jordan, just using his big body to get through the pack there.
And Willie stretching the string to keep the ball inside the play.
Yeah, he did well there. He kept it in nicely, so good footy.
So back in the centre, can the Raiders add to this runaway victory? Up they go. J-Mar got it down towards Moss. Moss off. Smith.
Good spoil by Rollins.
Yeah, good spoil. Smith. Billings shreds his way through, gets the ball forward for the
Smother,
Rams.
I should say.
Defensively down there. Healy got his hands to the ball. Good support there from Sammy Witt, I think it was.
Yep.
Drives the ball back to the direction of Smith. Raiders everywhere in defence, so they're such a well-drilled machine. Comes to Evans who just kicked the last goal. Now he's working well in defence. Got it to McDonald. McDonald in turn gets it back here to Connor Healy, the big name starting to contribute
McDonald,
here. Got the run here of Raiders in the centre of the ground. Oh, diving in there with Smith. McGay likewise. And down behind play
Billings.
Billings
One
in
in
the
the
trouble for
lower.
the Rams. The ball comes out into Gamma. Got a bit of space on his left foot. Tries it forward. Looking for a teammate out here. Gets a favourable bounce. It's the skipper in LaPetri. Tries to draw a player. Finally goes back to the run of Big J-Mar. Sets the ball forward towards Laddams territory. Good spoil down there.
Evans once again.
Evans working well.
Right place, right time. Goes towards a teammate in Witt. He kicks up the wing. 1 on 4. or 3 I should say. Reece Jordan, uncontested, kicks the ball, 15-metre pass to a diving Wakefield against Davey. Clever by Wakefield, gets the handball out towards the Rollins, but it's collected by Jaensch for the Rams. Kick inside, attacking 50, big Mitch Hine went up. Ball hits the deck. Couple of Rams players there. Mitch Hine went got his own crumbs and it's held up by Smith. Across the half-forward flank. Oh no, it's eventually, umpire says play on. Eventually, it'll be a stoppage. So the ball camped on the half-forward flank for the Rams, kicking towards the Raiders' change room end in this final term. 6 minutes gone. And the goal scorers so far this quarter, it's 1 goal apiece. And it's the Raiders leading 18 goals, 6 pistols, is it, to 9 goals 10. Laddams, the goal scorer, and so Craig Evans from set shot, and Maxi Wakefield with a bit of a toe poker.
Big switch on here, boys. Big switch over the opposite side of the ground.
Yeah, Johnny McDonald with the ball with the yellow boots. Handballs over the top towards Connor Healy. Kick inside, attacking 50. 1-on-1 contest. 1, 2, 3 for Tulis in front of the Raiders supporters there in the clubroom wing. Wrapped up in the tackle by Dyer. So the ball about 60 metres out now from the Raiders' goal. Going towards the railway line end.
Craig Evans, lots of telling touches in the last 5 minutes.
Ball comes out into James Moss for Nairne, drives it high towards the wing area. Big Rollins is over his head. Coming out it was Binder over the back of him. First to get to the ball will be Sammy Witt. He gets help from Bomber Lancaster. Ball goes to ground, and Laddams once again gets the benefit of a
Fortuitous, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Chris Laddams with the ball. As I said, he's done his work this afternoon with 5 goals for the Rams. Make that 6.
6 goals.
So it looks like he's fancying his chances here from outside 50 to take his best kick.
Another
and,
left footer.
So Chris Laddams.
Right on 55.
Long bomb. He's got the distance all right, but the accuracy is just pulled with the extra effort. Through for a minor score. So Nairne-Bremer moving on to 9-11. Bridgewater-Callington Raiders sitting on 19 goal 6. So we're going to have pretty convincing winners here.
So kick in. Looks like Johnny McDonald with the ball.
Those green boots starting to shine out in the dimming light here, boys. That's the conditions are getting almost as dark as the task for Nairne-Bremer as the ball comes off hands and over the boundary line. So we'll have a ruck throw in the half-back flank area for Bridgewater.
8 minutes gone in the final quarter. Goal scorers so far, Wakefield and Evans for Bridgewater, Laddams for the Rams. Off hands, here's a chance for Jaensch on his left boot. Goes up the wing. Intended target there was Jordan, but it's gone to Nathan Davey for the Rams with
Playing
the
loose
white
defense.
hair. So Davey kicks the ball short to Moss on the wing area, edge of the centre square. Looking for options. Further afield, goes with about a 30-metre kick out towards Mitch Hine. Good work there off hands by Witt. It's gone out of bounds. So the ball now 70 metres out from the Rams goal, kicking towards the Raiders change room end in this final term, and the Rams have on the back foot basically from the opening quarter. It was 9 goals 2 to 3 goals zip at quarter time, and since then the Raiders have held sway. Half-back flank, Wakefield snaps the ball high, and it's collected here by Craig Jaensch. The Rams big man kicks inside, attacking 50 deep, about 20 metres out from goal. Good overhead mark.
Binder.
I reckon that's Isaac Binder.
He actually might have kept his eye on the ball this time, Goldie, and watched it into the hands. So former Hardorf Junior, as you said, Nairne Junior went to Hardorf and now back with the Rams this year. So has been in a few aerial contests, but still he hasn't watched the ball into his hands, but he certainly did on an occasion. That was a good strong mark, so he's some 25 metres out, probably 45-degree angle, kicking towards the Callington town, and shouldn't have any problems putting this through. And he has it. That sort of went over the top of the post there, Simon Wise. As I've said, I thought I've given him a build-up and he's let me down, but he did steer it through. So Binder,
just snuck in.
His first one of the afternoon at the 9.5-minute mark. And just moves the Rams a little bit closer as they move on to 10 goal 11. And Bridgewater-Callington Raiders 19-6. Just wondering in the context of the season here, Simon, because obviously Raiders are going to win this game, and we'll put them one game behind now. So what would be fans' outlook of this game? Is this put it down to a bad day, or they've just certainly been outplayed, haven't they?
I think they've been outplayed, and it's as simple as that. When they had their opportunities then to peg a few goals back, they didn't, and the Raiders put the foot down. So
back in the centre, Jaensch and Roland, ball comes down there. McGay still working hard, flicks the ball out to Jaensch, who got a toe poke, moves the ball forward. Raiders, though, good work by Smith. Just finds his way, threads his way through, gets a little bit of a mung kick to advantage. Fatulis and Dyer go at it. Nick Jaensch is back there. He's done pretty well today. Handball's back to Dyer. Quiet game for him. Gets it to the boss. He's battled hard. Runs back, gives it back to Dyer. The old 1-2. Dyer's handball to no one in particular. Jaensch misses a target. Grabbed by Big Rollins. They were away. The Raiders comes to the man in the moment. Wakefield. Back to Rollins. Rollins sweeping it back to Smith. Smith's got support as he goes backwards. Finds Connor Healy. Go backwards to go forward. Healy just tips it forward to the end of the cricket pitch. Taken out there by Stephen Smith.
Edge of the centre square is Steve Smith, or cricket pitch area. Goes towards Johnny McDonald. He'll switch play out towards the interchange wing area, and it's taken by Connor Healy.
They've got numbers out here, Bridgewater.
Over the top, high flyer there. Looks like Callum Smith. Ball hits the deck, paddling the ball along the line there. Look like Bastian. And it'll be held up just in front of the club room.
He was trying to rival Willie Sell for a mark of the day, but couldn't quite hold it.
High fly.
So in front of the Callington Social Club here, umpire T-Bar will set the ball up once again. Jaensch and Roland. Jaensch, front spot, got down McGay. Quick hands, got out the back door to Rupchik, I think it was, along the boundary line, drives it forward. Bit of body work there from Craig Evans against his opponent. Ball comes to Johnny McDonald, sells a bit of candy, trying to get on his right, got to go back on his left. No right foot, you paid a penalty, John, and the free kick will go to Callington.
Blown advantage.
So to Nairne, play to advantage for Bastian, drives towards the goal front, and through for a minor score. So ball brought back in by Healy, I think it is, out wide towards the run of Fernhead. Nick Jaensch is here, on his left he'll give it a crack at the top of the square. Player set himself up, big leap there, comes off hands from Binder, I think it was, close to the goal line.
Snapped by
Bastian, I think it is. He snapped, and it's through for a goal. So the third goal of the quarter to Nairne through the agency of Bastian.
What's the score?
And the score is now 11 goals 12 to 19 goals 6 at the 12-minute mark of the last quarter. So Nairne at least showing a bit of fight here. But Bridgewater perhaps their own enemy there.
Yeah, they mucked around with it again, didn't they? And in fact, Nairne's kicked, I think, 2 or 3 goals today from Bridgewater mucking around across half forward and over on the other wing. But
Coach Ryan Nelson would be very happy with the accuracy. As I said, 19 goals 6 when they played Ironbag. It was like 6 goal 19. Simon.
Big improvement from that game, that's for sure.
In the middle, Jaensch against Rollins. At ground level, looks like Houlihan as well, Craig Evans. And Johnny McDonald, and for the Rams, Ryan McGay, Elijah Rupchich, and James Moss is in there. So Jaensch against Rollins, Ryan McGay, of course. Rucks go at it, Jaensch brings down to McGay, squirts a kick out towards the last goal kicker in Bastian. Inside attacking 50. And Laddams has taken the mark, tied on the boundary line. He's kicked 6 so far. So Chris Laddams, tied on the boundary line, will wheel around on his left boot here, snap around the corner for goal number 7.
Looks like he's got it.
He's got it. So Chris Laddams, goal number 7 for him. And the Rams go to 12 goals 12 to 19 goals 6, the Raiders.
That's the pocket you'd expect him to kick most of his goals from. So that's well done by him. He's had a good game.
Yeah, he's been a shining light up there. As we said, 7 goals out of, what did we say, Goldie? 12?
Yeah.
Done his
7 from
done
12.
His work. Pretty good.
Need other contributors though. Sam Dyer playing in defence.
So ball back in the centre as really the sting's gone out the game. And certainly the sunshine has also, boys. It's a little bit chilly down here at Callington. But still perfect conditions as far as the Oval goes, and been a good day, that's for sure. So waiting for the boundary umpire to get in position. As umpire T-Bar will set it again. It'll be Rollins up against Jaensch. No doubt those two will meet a bit later on in the big games. This ball comes in. McDonald leading in the race for the ball, scoops the ball up. dispossessed. Taken
Johnny.
by a teammate driving it forward towards the wing area, but it's out of bounds. Appears on the full. There's a bit of push and shove, but looks like there's free kick being paid. Looks
Free
like it might
kick for
be-
the Raiders.
For the Raiders.
Yeah, Craig Evans, is it?
What's the free kick here? It looks like it's going to go to is it Houlihan?
Houlihan it is.
In front of the
sorry, yeah.
interchange bench. Raiders interchange
Said,
bench.
a bit of darkness, getting so a bit hard to pick up the boys, especially in those dark jerseys for the Raiders as he drives it towards half forward line. Reece Jordan was up high before acceptances. Ball comes down. Moss, quick hands out there to Jaensch. He loses the ball. Regathers it, puts out the wing area towards Richard, closing his Fernhead. Well done, Will Fernhead.
Two young
Good
guns.
pressure. Good tackle by
that's
Fernhead.
good.
Oh, he
Once
dumped
again,
into
that
the
resistance,
ground.
it just shows who, he's been a fantastic contributor all afternoon, Will Fernhead. Once again, that second effort to Simon Wise, second and none.
Yep, he's done it again, and he just kept, his poise was brilliant then. Excellent mark by
Maxie Wakefield.
Yeah, Maxie Wakefield.
But the kick, he's kicked the lead of Daly, who
Houlihan.
bursts out of
Houlihan,
attack
sorry.
for the
Adam
Rams. Drives back towards the wing area, looking in for LePetri. He gets a bad bounce, fisted on by Bastian. Getting back there for the Raiders.
Chanda.
They bring the ball across.
Wet.
Fernhead's on again here.
Fernhead, as called by Simon Wise, on his own takes a uncontested mark. So Fernhead between the wing and half back position, just a little deliberate pass, finds Hayden Smith, gets it back to Fernhead, who's run on strongly. He gets caught this time, good enough to get rid of the ball, taken by Nairne. So he worked it forward, comes to Rupchik, he's looking for support, well tackled there,
Witt.
holding the ball, Sammy Witt, and that's Raiders' defence, even though they're well ahead, still not giving them an inch, Simon Wise.
Yeah, that's excellent. The coach would be really happy with that.
Witt switches play out towards Stephen Smith at centre half back against Chris Laddams. So last year's best on in the grand final. Centre half back switches out towards Laddams. Lancaster, who's been opposed to Laddams, out towards Houlihan on his left boot, goes towards the half forward flanks, taken by Fielding. In front of the Raiders pavilion, inside attacking 50. Wakefield 1-on-3. Tight on the boundary line. Isaac Binder goes towards Jaensch.
Oh, they're in trouble here.
Wakefield persistent. Lines towards the boundary line, his safest bet there. Just around from the point post.
Final score, boys, just comes through from Achunga in a bit of a thriller game out of Achunga. 10-12 over defeated Mount Lofty, 10-7. So 5-point margin favour of the Southern Demons.
They push a lot of sides, Pistols, the Devils.
Yeah, just can't get the chocolates. But anyway, as the ball's held up here at Callington, where it's Bridgewater well in charge, 19 goal 6 to 11 goal 12. 15 and a half minutes gone in the last quarter as the shadows start to creep in. Well, more than the shadows, it's almost getting quite dark here. Simon, I have to put the lights on,
I
mate.
need to put the lights on, mate. My vision's never been good over the last couple of years, and I can barely see what's going on over
Almost
there.
time for the fire buckets to start, actually. Time to put the robes on the sheet too, I'd suggest. A little bit chilly for the gracious as the ball comes out here. Take it high, was he? Bridgewater play there as he's
Johnny McDonald.
trying to ground there. McDonald dealt with a bit harsh. There's a couple of Raiders come in, and rightly so. Didn't like the treatment dished out to the captain. But umpire T-Bar says they'll have the ball and ball it up inside the 15-metre arc as the Raiders work towards the railway end in this last quarter.
Inside attacking 50. Handball comes out to Evans. Tight on the boundary lines. Houlihan on his left boot. Goes towards the pocket area. It's taken by Jeffrey Lyons. Last line of defence.
I like that.
That wasn't intended, but I'll take it, yeah.
That's impressive.
Short pass to McGay. That's from your, well, not committeeisms, but yeah, pistol or whatever. Moss. Oh, he's going to go to Will Fernhead there. Oh, that's not fair.
That's-
Will Fernhead was looking for the handball, and he was
Yeah.
literally going to go handball to him.
Moss was going to handball it to him, the opposition, and somehow he's got a 50-metre penalty for the opposition player encroaching in the safety area, as they call it. But anyway, in the middle of the ground now is James Moss.
It's clever play by Fernhead, looking for the hands.
Moss has actually played well, doesn't he?
The thing was, Moss was actually going to handball it to him.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
the amazing thing about it.
I've seen that
This
before.
comes out, and Laddams on the lead,
Yeah.
and that's a good juggling mark by Chris Williams. As Simon Wise said, 7 goals. He's certainly been a shining light. He goes further afield, but off the hands of Healy there. That's in Liam Healy. Meanwhile, Lancaster chips the ball out wide, but bounces before it can find a teammate over the line. Thinking Miller down there. Will Miller, so over the boundary line in the left forward pocket for Nairne the Rams as they kick towards the Callington town end. But certainly the Raiders have been in charge all throughout. They led by 38 points at quarter time, 31 points at half time, and 50 points at 3/4 time, and just cruising away with the Courier Cup for the second successive year. Both victories coming against the Nairne Rams here at Callington, Goldie.
Correct. I'm just trying to work out
I think it's a blood rule,
what's
perhaps.
going on here.
Might be
Oh, yellow card. Is it going towards two players in
Stevie
Smith? Stephen Smith, is it?
Smith.
He's got yellow cards.
Smith and McGay were having a
Bit of a chat.
bit of a chat about it. So
They've got a bit of history, those two.
Have
In the
they?
grand final last year, there was a one-on-one out on the flank
Okay.
at Birdwood in the grand final. So I think there's a bit of history there.
Have
there
to
we
look at
go.
the
The
replay.
man who was on
didn't
the
we?
spot himself, Simon Wise. So meanwhile, the free
Like
kick will be
it.
taken by Rupchik.
Outside 50. Goes to the line and manages to just get it over the top of the couple of Raiders defenders there for the Rams' 13th goal. And they go to 13-12, is it?
Yeah.
To 19-6.
So yeah, 4 goals this cost. Sorry, 12-12 I make it.
12-12, is it?
Sorry, 13-12 I
Yeah, stick with the first, yeah.
haven't put a goal down, my apologies.
That's right,
It's
to 19-6.
13-12. It's a 19-6.
So
So 2 goals have actually
36.
outscored, or 5 goals to 2 in the last quarter. Simon, so as you said, at least they've
But the damage was done.
shown a bit of damage as well and truly done in the first quarter.
That's definitely
9 goals,
destroying,
2 to 3 goals is always going to make it hard to come back, that's for sure.
How many goals has actually been kicked towards that end, Pistols? The Raiders' first quarter end.
15, 18.
18
There you
towards
go.
that end. So kick out of the middle from the Rams out towards the interchange bench, so it'll be a boundary throw in, about 70 metres out from the Rams' goals, and they are 13-12 to 19-6, so good win coming up here for the Raiders, with Willie Searle and also Wakefield kicking a bag of goals, and Will Fernhead arguably the best on the ground from his wing position.
And
Down the other end, Laddam's kicking 7.
And the headlights of the Rams supporters as they stream out the ground. The headlights of the cars are certainly shining pretty brightly here. As I've always said, in dull conditions now, deep into the last quarter, 20 minutes gone. Game well in hand for the Bridgewater-Callington Raiders.
So the ball camped on the half-forward flank.
Morrison, the half-forward flank area.
In the dead side of the ground, that side, isn't it? There's been a lot of out of bounds on the full. There's been a lot of ball ups on that side, where this side seems to be a bit more free flowing out on the scoreboard side. So
That's why we get the good positions for our listeners, Simon.
Good pick, mate.
Bob,
Good
our
pick.
mobile bus studio here this afternoon down at Callington. First visit, and Bob.
there's another out in the full.
And another out in the full. Not much wind around, if any. But as you said, there's been a lot of out in the fulls there. So Nairne bring the ball back in. I think it was through Gamma. Drives it in off hands. Raiders defence working hard to defend it. Locked up in there. And a tackle. And umpire Morrison will come in and ball it up. As we've played 22 minutes. And as I said, 13-12 plays 19-6 in favour of Bridgewater-Callington Raiders. Which over the ball there. Goes to ground. Taken there by Rupchik. But his kick going under pressure is out of bounds on the full. So Bridgewater will bring the ball back in. So Bridgewater, I think with Kerr's book to come.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly looking in good stead. Perhaps to finish minor premiers Simon Wise and get a good crack at a second successive flag.
Be nice to finish minor premiers, but sometimes it's better finishing second. You can get a bit of sort of obviously
Yeah.
finals game time in a lead up to a second semi-final. Sometimes that week off can stop your momentum.
Yeah,
So
sure.
finishing second wouldn't be a bad thing at all.
And Adam Houlihan deep in defence. Does a bit of shimmy work, runs around the man on the mark.
He's using his
Goes
left
to
foot
left
all
foot.
this final term.
And comes up here to Reece Jolly.
I know what that's like.
He kicks it in forward into the middle of the ground. Healy goes up. That was Liam Healy. He's taken for the Rams though by Binder. Out towards Nick Jaensch. Manages to get a kick away on his left boot. Out towards Gamma. Sweeping handball over the top to running teammate there in Billing.
Oh,
Under pressure though. Turnover the Raiders.
Evans again, brilliant effort.
Holding the
Second
ball.
effort.
Oh, surely. No, not paid. Rams from the defensive half go up the line. It's taken here by Bastian onto his left boot. Goes towards centre half forward. 2-on-1. Will Fernhead went up. Ball hits the deck. Collects his own crumb. Out towards the wing. Houlihan up against Callan Smith. Poise. Left boot. Finds a teammate there in Witt. Witt on his left boot. Kicks it into the man on the mark and Binder. Binder goes and collects it. Kicks it towards centre-half backs, taken by Nick Jaensch for the Rams.
So Jaensch in the true centre-half back position, drives with his left foot towards the wing flank area. Good work once again by Will Fernhead, and certainly he's been very creative and influential. Only got the one goal on the board where others might have kicked more, but geez, I'd like to see his possession count and just 1%ers, smothers, those sort of stuff, Simon Wise.
And he's set up a few goals as well with his run through the midfield, so he's had a great game.
Left under back by Rollins for the ruck contest. Sam Wood in there also gets the ball out to Nicky J. Nicky J gives it back to Fernhead. He's everywhere at the moment. Comes another magic man in Wakefield, gives it back to Jet.
He's got space.
And finally moved forward here towards Willie Searle. What we do this way?
Willie!
Willie or won't he, as he tries to curl one Dacos-esque, but it bounces through for a minor score. So the excitement machine, hasn't kicked a goal this quarter, which is a bit unusual for him. Kicking a goal in each of the previous quarters, but he'd be pretty happy with the way things are at the moment as far as his team goes. They move on to 19 goals, 7 pretty straight kicking, as we said in advance of the Nairne Rams on 13 goal 12.
So, out of the trying to kick the ball out of defensive 50, well done by Houlihan towards Willie Searle. Goes towards Will Fernhead, coming off the line was Izzy Rupcic. Good pressure here by the Raiders forward line, trying to keep the ball in, and they do. Reece Jordan.
Once again, good commitment by Adam Houlihan there to make that spoil, and good left at ground level. And some of these Raiders kids are very exciting, and good crop for him as the ball comes down to Wakefield. Kicks the ball high as he goes to deck, and a heavy collision as he kicked the ball. So he's down a bit, Maxie Wakefield must have the suitcase knocked out of him. Ball close to
There's
the
a clash
pocket.
of heads between Izzy Rupcic and Max Wakefield, which
Okay,
is not
you
what
keep an
you
eye on
want to
that
see.
as the ball locked up. McGay's locked up some 30 metres out from the Raiders' goal at the railway end as Maxie Wakefield thankfully gets up.
He's had a
off
few
the
head
deck.
clashes last year. He doesn't need more of those.
Yeah. So umpire Barr sets it up. Dyer with the ruck down for the Raiders. Takes it by Nicky J. He runs into a brick wall in the form of Billing. And the umpire will ball it up, as I said, still 25 metres out from the goal front for the Bridgewater Raiders.
Correct, Pistols, 101 contest. Off the line,
yes.
Maxie Wakefield.
Deserved. Well,
He's fine.
yeah, he's fine. As he rode the ball off the ruck tap out and shrugged off opponent, but just was pushed as he kicked it, so he hit the post.
Second poster from Wakefield.
Yep. So Nicky Jaensch, bring it back. Salem's most eligible bachelor. Kicks the ball down. There's the siren goes. There's the final score, and an emphatic victory here, Goldie.
Yeah.
In
Great
favour
win.
of the Bridgewater-Callington Raiders.
From Callington.
As they run out, winners 19 goal 8 to 13 goal 12.
Simon Wise.
Thirds boys. As I leave you, I've got to go do the.
Yeah, correct, Pistols.
So I'll just leave you to the wrap
Yeah,
up.
that's all right. We'll wrap it up for sure. Before you go though, you just press that red button. Is that right, Pistols? Just because we're doing the live broadcast here, so all we do is just press that and away we go. Yep, too easy. All right, Pistols will be leaving us now, so
Leave you to drive it.
yep.
Cheers, mate. If I don't see you before I
Hey,
go.
thanks, mate.
Good on
Good
you.
work. You enjoyed
No,
it?
no,
We'll get you
good
on
fun,
again.
good
We'll get you
fun.
on again. Golden tonsils. The wise man of Bridgewater.